many grounds. They say love makes the world go round. To which we can add, love can also make the world go flat. Love unrequited, love disappointed, love misdirected can create more havoc than war itself. Indeed, the history of the world has demonstrated that love can be more dangerous than hate. Ah, well, the fact remains that love is a gamble, and therefore there must always be winners and losers.
I have experience of the world, my lord. I have no doubt of that. I have seen how the mighty have fallen, how the powerful have been humbled. And do you know what has brought most of them to disaster and disgrace? Tell me, sir. A woman. Yes. A woman has been the cause of all their trouble. I agree. And you still choose to play this hazardous, deadly game? My friend, just as a woman can bring a man down to defeat, so can she raise him up high to victory. Life, death. What is it all but a cast of the dice?
Our mystery drama, His Fourth Wife, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Russell Horton. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Oh, Cromwell, Cromwell. Had I but served my God with half the zeal I served my king, he would not, in mine age, have left me naked to mine enemies. This cry from the heart is from Shakespeare's Henry VIII. The advice is being given to an ambitious, on-the-make courtier named Thomas Cromwell, who promptly proceeded to disregard it. The year is 1538.
My name is Hans Holbein. I am the son of Hans Holbein. Like my father, I am a painter. I have come to England from my native Germany. Why? For the money. Painters must eat. I agreed to paint the portraits of two women, and thus alter the history of Europe. My story begins when King Henry VIII spoke to his minister, Thomas Cromwell, and not as an emperor, mind you, but as a lonely, frustrated man.
Hey, Cromwell, what progress are you making?
Progress, Your Majesty?
Don't play the fool with me.
Sire.
Have you found me a wife?
Your Majesty,
You haven't. And I know why. You oppose my getting married again.
Oh, no, Your Majesty.
Then why do we dally and delay?
The King of England cannot marry just anyone.
But the King of England wants to marry someone. Thomas, you know me. I don't like to be lonely at night. I want someone to
Sire, as far as that goes, there any number of willing ladies who...
No, Cromwell.
No?
It must be she must be my wife.
Is this good King Harry?
No, Thomas. Harry no longer. Good time Harry is dead. Long live King Henry. I can no longer dally adulterously with any lady who happens to take my fancy.
And may I inquire if even at the risk of my head, why not?
I must set my subjects an example, not in lechery, but in virtue.
A chaste and virtuous Henry Tudor? It is indeed, sire, a new image.
I want a wife, Thomas. Now, do you understand?
Yes, Your Majesty.
I want a son.
But Your Majesty has a son.
Two arrows in the quiver are better than one. Besides, my poor little Edward is sickly. He's weak. How long can he live?
We pray to a ripe old age.
Cromwell, I mean to have a wife.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And when all's been said and done, these old bones are cold at night.
I understand.
No, you don't, not yet. You will one day. And I will see you here tomorrow morning. And you will have the name of my future wife.
Of course, Thomas Cromwell already knew her name. But for political reasons, or tactical reasons, or whatever previous reasons of his own, he had chosen to delay the revelation. But on the very next morning, when he reported to the royal chamber, He pronounced the name of the woman who would become the fourth wife of King Henry VIII. Anne, the Duchess of Cleves. The sister of William, Duke of Cleves, Juliet, Gelderland and Berg, Count of Macchia, Zutphania and Ravensburg, and Lord in Rothenstein.
Yes, I do not propose to marry a dagger of Dutch and Flemish provinces. I want to marry a woman. A woman beautiful of face, firm of flesh. A woman soft.
She is all of that and more.
Yes, well, how old is she?
She is 24.
Oh, it is an old maid.
A paragon of beauty.
Then why is she still a spinster?
Well, her brother is waiting for just the right match. Sire, believe me, she is a splendid young woman of outstanding beauty. And besides, we must have an alliance with the Dutch and German states. Thus we checkmate the Spaniards and the French. Oh, believe me, Your Majesty, this marriage was made in heaven. She is tender and sweet and intelligent and healthy. She can bear children.
And she is your candidate, Thomas.
Why, I like to believe, Your Majesty, that she is England's candidate.
Now tell me about Christina.
Christina?
Yes, Christina, the Princess of Denmark.
Oh, that Christina.
Are there others?
There is absolutely no practical value in a Danish alliance.
And you know nothing about her?
I have all the information. It is just that I did not think...
Well, continue, Thomas.
She is young, 16.
The purest bloom of a woman's beauty.
I understand she plays the lute.
Oh, like an angel.
Bookish.
Oh, they say she is the most accomplished young lady in Europe. Oh, she speaks Latin and Greek and writes poetry and paints.
Anne of Cleves matches her virtue for virtue and is of greater value politically, economically. I strongly advise Your Majesty.
Yes, I know. Thomas, it comes down to this. Which of the two is the more beautiful? Have them brought here. I'll judge for myself.
Oh, sire, we are not dealing with livestock, but with ladies who are princesses in their own countries. They cannot be paraded for inspection and placed, as it were, on the block.
Oh, so well then, Thomas. What do you suggest? I depend upon you for Wait.
Sire? Look. Yes, Your Majesty, where?
At the portrait. The painting of my beloved Lady Jane. Oh, the poor girl. She was the life for me. Why did she die? Cromwell, why did she die?
Oh, well, sire, she...
No, say nothing, Thomas. You don't know either. At the portrait. Is it not the exact likeness?
Oh, yeah. It is as if the frame were a window and she were behind it, looking at it.
Yes, and the painter, I see. He has not just been merely faithful to his feature, but he has captured the essence of my Lady Jane. He has found her spirit. Send for him at once. Master Holbein, I have a commission for you.
Your Majesty?
You're to go to the court of William, Duke of Cleves, and paint me a portrait of his sister Anne. You will also go to Denmark and paint a likeness of Princess Christina. Is that clear?
When can Your Majesty arrange for my departure?
Oh, I like you, Master Holbein. You cut right to the heart of the matter. Now, consider. I want the exact likeness. Nothing is to be altered in any way. Neither of them is to be flattered. No uncomplimentary feature is to be softened. Oh, is that clear?
As a man, I am Your Majesty's servant. As a painter, I am my own master. My Lord Cromwell.
May I come in, Master Holbein?
I am honored.
You know, of course, the reason for your commission, Master Holbein.
I can guess.
We can say safely that you have the power to name the next Queen of England.
I believe the King will make that choice, my Lord Cromwell.
No. You will. It depends on what he sees in those paintings you will make. And he can only see what you choose to put in.
Is there a motive for this visit, my Lord Cromwell, or have you merely come to wish me Godspeed?
Master Holbein, you are truly a man after my own heart.
So, my lord?
It isn't often that one has a chance to strike a blow for one's country.
Whose country are we talking about, my lord? Your country. An artist has no country. He has his paintbrush and his canvas.
I believe that a marriage between Henry and Anne of Cleves is in the English nation's best interest.
Not to mention your own.
A prudent man always knows how to combine patriotism with profit.
And so, my lord, what is it that you require of me?
It would also be profitable for you if the portrait you paint of Christina of Denmark be less than flattering, and the one of Anne of Cleves be more.
Profitable?
5,000 gold marks.
My lord, my hand can only paint what my eye can see.
Of course. And your eye can see a great deal for, shall we say, 10,000?
My lord, I shall paint both ladies. I shall commit to canvas what is there, not a shade less, not a brush stroke more.
20,000.
My lord, I thank you for your offer.
But you sent me away empty-handed.
Not quite, my Lord Cromwell. I shall give you a piece of advice. Let him marry whom he pleases.
Oh, but I cannot.
May I ask why?
I must control his new wife, because if she does not owe her position to me, she will owe it to someone else, and he will replace me in the king's favor.
You play a dangerous game.
The royal court is a dangerous place.
The king is a dangerous man. I look at his face, I feel all his passions. Sometimes it seems he makes a man his favorite only to devour him later.
Yes, one must know how to deal with him.
Is there a way?
Oh, yes. For all his bluff and haughty exterior, for all his extravagances, he is at heart only a child.
Which makes him even more dangerous.
Only to those who do not know how to handle children.
Which is, of course, the most difficult and demanding task in the world. Yes, a child. A child with the awesome power of life and death over millions. The power to destroy, pardon, condemn, wage war, declare peace. There was something childlike about all the great tyrants of history. Something willful, irrational, unpredictable. We shall return to our politics and matchmaking in Renaissance England shortly. When we think of King Henry VIII, many of us picture an obese glutton with atrocious table manners who married a seemingly endless procession of unfortunate women, each of whom he beheaded soon after the ceremony. Actually, the legend has become very much larger than life. While it's true that Henry may have married often, he did not marry lightly, and each wife was the center of a political maelstrom, which could and did destroy an entire royal court. Watching the scene with his painter's detachment is the famous contemporary artist Hans Holbein, the younger.
I had decided to paint Christina of Denmark first. It was arranged for her to meet me in Brussels, where she would pose for the portrait. She received me in the palace of her uncle, the Duke of Flanders. At the sight of her, I caught my breath. Blonde hair, blue eyes, delicate features, very common enough, perhaps. But there was a quality in her that transformed what would have been merely pretty in a lesser lady to sheer, radiant beauty.
Master Holbein,
Your Highness,
you are considered the finest painter in Europe.
I thank Your Highness for the compliment.
Well, sir, to business.
No, not business, but pleasure. I find you a most interesting, attractive, exciting model.
I would have you know, Master Holbein, I am here under protest. I have no wish to marry King Henry.
May I ask why?
Because I do not have two heads. When he cuts this one off, I'm quite finished.
I am not here to defend King Henry, but actually those stories are not true. He has only had 3 wives.
He is almost 3 times my age. I want to marry for love.
A princess must marry for policy.
But not a gross libertine. Tell me, Master Holbein, with whom am I competing?
Anne of Cleves.
Anne of Cleves. Oh, may the good Lord have mercy. I am lost.
What are you saying?
Anna, please. She's a cow. Stupid, clumsy. Oh, no. No, there must be someone else. Is there something I can do to make myself look ugly?
I'm afraid not. What might be ugly for you would still be beautiful where most women are concerned.
How can I marry Henry of England? How can I marry him?
Master Holbein? Yes? I am Duke Charles of Jutland, your Grace, uncle to the princess. I understand you have been commissioned to paint her portrait. Yes, for the edification of King Henry. So I have been told. But let me come to the point, Master Holbein. It is of vital importance to Denmark for our princess to be chosen. You can appreciate our position. I can understand it. Yes, excellent. It's always joy to speak with a man of the world. We would certainly express our gratitude in a most tangible manner. You need only name your price. I have no price, Your Grace. Surely you must comprehend what I've been trying, as I've already told someone else who made me a similar offer. My hand can only paint what my eye can see. And I could also see that this would be the time and the place where my fortune could be made. I could become rich beyond my wildest dreams. And after all, what was it to me which one of them would become Queen of England? I could collect from the partisans of each lady. Well, I could, but I didn't. And I really didn't even know why.
Do you still want me to hold this pose, Master Holbein? Master Holbein?
No, relax for a bit.
Is something wrong, Master Holbein?
No.
Then what is it?
I'm not sure. Is something happening to you?
Yes. Something is happening. Inside me.
What?
I'm dying.
Dying? Are you ill?
I'm sick at heart. My soul is shriveling. My blood is turning sour.
Have you consulted a physician?
This is a disease no doctor can cure.
Why? What is it called?
Henry the Eighth.
Oh, I see.
I feel that the light is going out of my eyes.
I know.
You know.
I can see.
What are you saying? Can you actually see inside of me, Master Holbein?
Come here. Look at your portrait.
Oh, this is exactly the way I feel.
Is it?
Master, you have painted me, not the way I look, but the way I feel.
Have I? Truly?
Yes, oh yes.
Please, this is important to me. Because if this is true, then I am no longer just a maker of pictures. I am an artist.
Yes, Master Holbein, you are an artist.
An artist. One who paints the soul of his subject, not just the outward surface.
Yes, this is my soul, or what my soul has become. You see, my face, pale, pinched, strained, my lips thin, bloodless, and my body tense. There is no lightness, no joy. This is what Henry has done to me. What the very thought of Henry has done to me. He will not have to cut off my head when he tires of me. I am almost dead already.
I looked at that painting, and everything my father had tried to teach me about art suddenly was revealed to me. Yes, you paint what is within. You paint the life force. You reach for and reveal the soul. Of course, not everyone was as filled with it as I was. Why isn't she smiling, Master Holbein? I don't see her as smiling, Your Grace. But she has such lovely teeth, and her face appears to be lighted with sunshine when she smiles. I don't see the sunshine. Her lips are not that thin. And why is she pouting? Why am I asking these questions? I know perfectly well what you did and why you did it. I painted what I saw, Your Grace. And I'll tell you what that was. The color of Thomas Cromwell's money. We know he favors Anne of Cleves. He has staked his future on her. And to ensure that future, he has first made sure of you. What was the point in the argument? Most people believe what they need to believe. I could never convince him that Cromwell hadn't bribed me. But one person in the palace, at least, was happy.
Oh, Master Holbein, how can I ever thank you?
I see Your Highness has come to life.
Yes, it's as if I have just been born again.
How fortunate that I am not required to paint you now. It would be a different Princess Christina. And this one would be the most desirable woman in Europe.
Perhaps one day you will be able to paint that Christina.
Yes, but King Henry shall never see that painting.
When shall he see this one?
When I have completed the portrait of your rival.
My rival? Oh, I wish her true success.
He will consider both pictures at the very same time.
Oh, please, Master Holbein, make her beautiful.
Your Highness,
I know. Your hand can only paint what your eye can see.
And so, I journeyed to the castle of Duke William of Cleves. But I had no sooner settled in and prepared my paints when I had a surprise visitor, my Lord Cromwell.
And how are you this fine evening, Master Holbein?
May I ask what my lord is doing here?
Oh, we people who live by intrigue, our work is never finished. I am merely constructing my political bridges.
One would hope you are not burning them, my lord.
How did you find the Danish princess? Is she as beautiful as they say?
Your words cannot describe that beauty.
I dare say. But has your painting done it justice?
That will be for the king to decide.
Master Holbein, to reopen a certain subject.
My answer will still be the same.
Is there no way you can be persuaded?
No.
I would advise you to think it over, carefully. You must consider where your own best interests lie.
I am a painter. I have no interest other than my art.
I've been sent here to fetch you, Master Holbein, and to conduct you to the Duchess. If, of course, it is convenient.
By all means, my lord.
Your Grace, may I present Europe's greatest living artist, Master Hans Holbein.
Yes, what do you think of the weather, Master Holbein? I believe we're having a drought now.
I am sorry to hear that.
Your Grace, shall you be ready to begin sitting for your portrait for tomorrow morning?
Oh, of course. And, what would you like that I should wear, Master Holbein?
Blue, I believe.
Blue? Oh, I prefer green. You see what I'm wearing now.
Your Grace, green is not a good color for you.
It isn't? Oh, I never knew that. All my gowns are green. I have nothing blue.
It doesn't matter. I can paint in the gown.
Oh, no. I want everything to be perfect. I'm sure one of my ladies must have a blue gown. Please, excuse me.
Of course, Your Grace. Well, she's not good-looking, but she is good-hearted. She is the logical candidate from every point of view, Holbein.
Henry doesn't care a fig for logic. He's only concerned with beauty.
Oh, she's not really homely. Look at her closely next time.
No, she's not really homely. It's just that she's so ungainly.
Because she's been brought up in one of these stolid Flemish courts. But she can be civilized. Dancing masters can teach her to carry herself gracefully. All she needs is polish.
Perhaps.
Holbein, let me try to make you see things our way.
As I've already told you, and as I shall keep telling you, my hand can only paint what my eye can see.
That seems to be his slogan, doesn't it? But you never can tell what his eye can see, because as we have already seen, His eyes can see what may be hidden from ours. After all, the most mysterious power in the world is that special gift of sight that is given to the great artist. At any rate, we shall see what we shall see when I return shortly with Act 3. King Henry VIII of England fell madly in love with each of his wives. If he fell madly out of love with each of them later, and rid himself of them in various ways, well, what does it prove, except that he was, as the philosophers say, human, all too human, and being a candidate for the marriage bed of haughty King Henry was a serious business for the ladies concerned. Actually, it was a matter of life and death.
I looked at Lord Thomas Cromwell, and I looked at him with an artist's eye. Never had I seen a face so composed, a manner so serene, such an air of supreme confidence. How was it possible? He was a man whose head could very well be on the executioner's block. My lord,
Yes?
how can you champion the cause of Anne of Cleves? The very sight of her will arouse a fury of your king.
In my young king, perhaps. But Henry is older now.
Age does not dim a man's eye for beauty, nor his desire for it.
Despite what Henry says, he does not want a ravishingly beautiful woman.
He doesn't?
No, Master Holbein. He is conscious, yes, all too aware of his limitations.
And what are they, my lord?
The limitations which come to all of us with age. Therefore, he seeks to remake his image. He should become the chaste, virtuous defender of the faith, an example to his English people.
You're sure of it?
He told me so himself.
Is he sure of it? Could it be another of his quickly passing fancies?
An aging rake fears no one in this world so much as a beautiful woman. Knowing that his powers are failing, he will always feel that she is secretly mocking him.
For your sake, my lord, I hope you are correct.
Good morning, Master Holbein.
Good morning, Your Grace.
I'm ready for you, Master Holbein. I found the blue gown.
So I see.
But what would you like me to do?
Nothing, just sit there.
I am not supposed to pose?
No, just sit and talk to me.
Talk?
What is it?
I don't do that very well. Talk.
Why not?
I don't know. Oh, yes, I do. You see, it's because I feel people are always laughing at me.
Why?
Because of the things I say. They're really quite stupid, you know.
I don't think so.
The whole time, you are flattering me.
You think the things you say are stupid?
Aren't they? Are you actually painting now?
Yes.
How can you paint and talk to me at the same time?
I find that talking to you brings out certain aspects of your character that are not visible when you are silent.
You talk as if you are painting a character.
I am.
I didn't know that.
Has anyone ever told you that you have a rather attractive smile?
No.
I wonder why not.
You smile very rarely. Because I very rarely have anything to smile about.
You're smiling now.
Yes. Because I'm thinking of Henry.
Henry?
Yeah. I am in love with Henry.
But you haven't even met him.
I know.
And of course, you realize this is a marriage of state, of convenience. It isn't a love match.
Yeah, but it is for me. I love him.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
He's more than twice your age. I could tell you things about him.
I know everything. But I love him.
I don't understand why.
I love him because he will make me Queen of England.
Ah, I see.
I wonder if you really and truly do. Do you know what it means to be Anne of Cleves, Duke William's fat, clumsy sister?
I think you're being very hard on yourself.
No, I am being truthful. I repeat, What is common gossip? I am a burden to my brother. I am an embarrassment. My only value is my body. My unattractive body. Because this ugly body of mine can be used as a pawn to bring him an alliance with his betters. So far, there have been no takers. And now, suddenly, what he scarcely could dare to dream of may come true. He may actually share the wealth of mighty England and be brother in arms to King Henry.
Don't stop talking.
What?
Tell me more. More of those things that light a fire in your eyes. Give a regal lift to your head. Fill your entire body with confidence.
Confidence.
Talk about Henry. Talk. And tell me more. It went quickly. Never did I have such an exciting subject. Never did I see deeper into the soul. I was like a man in a dream. But it was an exciting, exhilarating dream. I was hardly aware of the canvas. I only had eyes and ears for her.
My love will be deeper, truer than any Henry has known in the past. And do you know why?
Tell me.
Because he will do more for me than he did for any of the others.
How? He made each of them his queen.
Yeah, but each one of them could have survived without the honor. Catherine of Aragon was a woman of wealth and power. Anne Boleyn was beautiful. She was desired by so many men. Jane Seymour was a lovely woman, a daughter of one of England's greatest family. Each could have found happiness somewhere else, with someone else. But Henry is my only hope. Yes, I know he is older, which means he needs more from me. I will be his wife. I will be his daughter. I will be his friend, his nurse.
Oh, perfect.
Is the painting almost finished?
I hate to let go of it.
What does that mean?
It means that this most marvelous labor must come to an end.
May I look?
Of course, my dear.
Oh, that isn't me.
It isn't? Why do you say that?
I look in the mirror, and then I look at the candle.
Look a bit more closely. Now, say that isn't you. Say that isn't your spirit. Your innermost feelings, your longing. Say that isn't the Anne of Cleves you always wanted to be. And the Anne of Cleves that you are in your soul. Well?
Yes, it is I. But how did you see it?
I thank the Lord who has given me this gift.
It is a great gift.
And I shall thank him by always using it to show the truth. And now it was time to go back to London. And for that breathless moment when the king would inspect the results of my labors. Each painting was placed on an easel and covered with a drape. Both drapes were raised at the same time.
She is absolutely magnificent.
Which one, Your Majesty?
Are you blind, Cromwell? Who would want Christina, this mean, pink-faced Viking, this cold, frosty, pulsy spinster? Oh, Anne, my Anne of Cleves. No, Cleves no longer, but England. Oh, she shall be Anne of England. Arrange for the wedding, Cromwell.
At once, sire. Finally, we were permitted to withdraw, and I returned to my quarters. It had ended well, I thought. The one who despised him was spared. The one who adored him was chosen.
Holbein, you shall have 20,000 gold pieces.
My usual fee is 500. That is all I shall accept.
I don't understand you, Holbein.
I am only just beginning to understand myself. But as we grow older, perhaps some of us grow wiser. And now, what, my Lord Cromwell?
The king is old and sick. His son is young and sick. In not too many years, both will be dead. Anne will be Queen of England.
But Henry has daughters who are in line for the crown?
That is not true. Mary is the daughter of Catherine of Aragon. That marriage was annulled. Therefore, Mary does not exist.
And Elizabeth?
She is the daughter of Anne Boleyn.
That marriage was declared illegal. Therefore, Elizabeth is illegitimate.
You play dangerous games, Lord Cromwell.
They are the ones with the greatest rewards for the winner.
And the most devastating penalty for the loser. Preparations were made to receive Anne at Hampton Court outside of London. She would land at Deal and travel through Dover and Canterbury. But Henry, aflame with love, could hardly wait. No, he would leave London and surprise her at Rochester. Yes, he would burst into the room and sweep his beloved into his arms. Well, he swept into the room, but... Anne, where is my darling Anne, my sweetest Anne?
Step forward, Your Grace. Say something.
Anne, where are you hiding?
How do you do, Your Majesty?
Who are you?
Your Majesty, I present Her Grace Anne, the Duchess of Cleves.
You are Anne of Cleves? Yes. I hope that Your Grace has had a pleasant journey.
Oh, yes. The weather was fine. What does Your Majesty think of the weather?
It was a disastrous meeting. I looked at her. She was the same dull, unresponsive, clumsy girl I'd seen at first meeting. Gone was the animation, the spirit, the fire. I prayed silently, please, my dear, show that you love him. Don't be afraid to show it, to feel it, to say it. Do that, and he'll see you as I saw you, as I painted you. Show him. But, she showed him. Oh, Lord, it was a catastrophe. Your Grace, I'm sure you have had a long and tiring journey. Perhaps you would like to retire and refresh yourself for dinner.
Yes, I would like to nap. I always do in the afternoon. I will see you at dinner.
Unfortunately, no. Urgent business recalls me to London.
Oh.
Well, we shall meet again shortly.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Cromwell.
Your Majesty.
What were you thinking of, Cromwell?
She represents the best value.
Damn your soul, Cromwell. I am not buying a horse.
It will be a most felicitous marriage.
No, Cromwell. It will just be a marriage.
May I plead with Your Majesty not to make a hasty judgment?
We will discuss this further, Cromwell.
Cromwell, gather together your gold, your silver, your jewels. Sell what you can for what you can get and leave the country. Stay here and you are a dead man.
You think so?
I see it in his eyes. I hear it in his voice.
I have managed him since Wolsey's death. I can still manage him.
The game is lost, Cromwell. Save your life.
Whether the game is lost or won, we who play it must play it to the end.
And the end came in a year. Henry divorced Anne and beheaded Thomas Cromwell. And I was commissioned to paint a portrait of Henry's fifth wife, Catherine Howard. All of which goes to prove, I suppose, that it was safer to be Henry's painter than to be his matchmaker. And also safer than being his wife. Poor Catherine Howard. She was the candidate of another power-hungry group. And when Henry tired of her, she lost her head. And most of her allies lost theirs. Love and politics. They do make the strangest bed companions, don't they? I shall return shortly. At the beginning of our story, we heard the plaintive cry, "Had I but served my God with half the zeal I served my king." Of course, the thought was originally expressed, "Render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." And that's where all the problems begin. When it comes to deciding what belongs to whom, it's sometimes a terrible and often a difficult decision to make. That's why we have so many stories of conflict, passion, and murder. All of which we present here for your enjoyment. Our cast included Russell Horton, Norman Rose, Earl Hammond, and Carol Keitel. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is Tammy Grimes inviting you to the...
miles an hour, and the wind chill tonight is 9 above zero. This is CBS News Radio 78, WBBM Chicago. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... E.G. Marshall. The Cinderella story of the plain little girl who ends up marrying the handsome prince does sometimes happen. But there's no guarantee they will live happily ever after. Not if he is Peter III of Russia and she is Catherine II. Theirs was a disastrous marriage that ended in murder and Catherine crowning herself as Empress of all the Russias, adored, hated, envied, despised, and yet truly great.
Madam, I congratulate you. Your daughter Sophie is positively beautiful.
You think so, Count? People say she looks exactly like me.
That lovely chestnut hair and a figure. Wunderbar.
That she gets from me also.
I am sure she will make an admirable impression.
I hope so. She's so willful and stubborn. If she ever becomes Empress, the Lord only knows what would happen to her.
I'll tell you something I've never confessed before. To this day, I don't know if what I did... I'm still doing is wrong or right.
Dear, you always said it was right. Always.
I had to say that. But I do know lies are wrong. I know laws are meant to be obeyed.
The one that threatens from within. Fire. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest a Pitway First Alert smoke alarm from True Value Hardware stores. The standard model detects visible and invisible smoke. And with a $5 rebate from Pitway, your final cost is just $10.98. For extra protection, get the First Alert double system with dual sensors to detect fast and slow-burning fires. Subtract Pitway's $10 rebate, your final cost is $24.98 at participating True Value Hardware stores.
Who's made a difference in your life? Chances are it's a volunteer. President Reagan will honor 20 volunteers with the 1982 President's Volunteer Action Award. Now's your chance to make a difference. Nominate a volunteer to win. For the forms you need, write the President's Volunteer Action Awards, Box 37488, Washington, D.C., 20013.
Reach the northwest side of Chicago with a local want ad in the 16 great Leader and Post newspapers. Whether you want to buy or sell, rent or hire, just call the Leader or Post and ask for an ad taker. Your ad in the Leader will reach thousands of people in outstanding communities like Cragen, Jefferson Park, Mayfair, Portage Park, and Belmont Central. Just a few of the many neighborhoods that the Leader newspapers cover. The Post serves Elmwood Park, Franklin Park, River Grove, and other outstanding northwest suburbs. Readers have learned that it pays to follow the Leader and read the Post. These readers respond to your want ads, so try one if you want to sell, buy, rent, or hire. So easy to do with the Leader and Post. Your ad will be taken over the phone and you'll be billed after the ad runs. Call the Leader and Post and ask for an ad taker. The number is 889-5200. 889-5200. If a certain minor German princess called Sophie had not led the kind of mysterious and enigmatic life, bursting like a passionate butterfly from the drabbest of cocoons, had not been a friend of Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, and many others, and had not changed her name to Catherine of Russia, we of the Mystery Theater would not be probing and searching what made this extraordinary lady tick as loudly as a time bomb. But explode over Europe she did. My friends, I give you the Empress
of Russia.
What Herr E.G. Marshall has just said about me is perfectly true. I was German by birth, had a French governess, learned and loved La Fontaine's fables by heart, and Perrault's Mother Goose Tales. My favorite, of course, was Cinderella. And on one New Year's Day, Mama, Papa, and I were sitting down to dinner when my own fairy tale began.
Sophie, how many times do I have to tell you, take your elbows off the table?
That's my mother, Johanna. She calls me Sophie. It hasn't been changed to Catherine yet.
Husband?
What?
Christian August, what is so funny?
Nothing, my dear.
Christian August was my father. He was also the Prince of Anhalt-Zerbst.
Christian August, don't be evasive.
Do you remember little Peter, Anna's boy?
Peter Ulrich, the little duke? The one who always had a cold and was coughing and sniffling?
That's the one. The heir to the throne of Sweden.
Oh, that mannered, stuck-up little brat. Thought he knew everything and he knew nothing. He'll never get anywhere.
I didn't think he was so stuck-up, Mama. I liked him.
Sophie, you will speak when you are spoken to and not before.
I'd say it's a good thing.
What's a good thing? Oh, where is the soup? I am famished.
It's a good thing Sophie likes Peter, because she may be marrying him.
What? To become Queen of Sweden? That's nothing of a country? Oh, we can find her a much better match here in Zerbst. The Baron, who owns all the Zerbst beer factories, for instance.
Peter has renounced his claim to the Swedish throne and has been adopted by his Aunt Elizabeth, who I need not remind you is still Empress of Russia.
She stole the throne of Russia after her sister died. Don't tell me. Usurped it. Usurped is the word.
Nevertheless, Elizabeth has just written to me to ask if you and Sophie would go to St. Petersburg because she has something in mind.
What does she have in mind, Papa?
Sophie?
First, there was Peter the Great. Then there was Peter the Second, and I have a sneaking suspicion that Aunt Elizabeth wishes to make the next ruler of Russia Peter the Third.
Sniffy, sneezing, little Peter?
And if Elizabeth approves of our Sophie, she could become the next Empress of Russia.
I could? Dear Peter Ulrich, what a healthy, handsome, intelligent boy. I always said he had a future. Of course he'll marry our Sophie. I shall see to it.
Joanna, the boy has no say in the matter. It's Aunt Elizabeth you'll have to convince.
Since nobody would tell me anything, I had to find out for myself. So the next morning, before anyone was up, I found a letter written to Papa. It was signed Count Otto von Brummer, and it said, at the explicit command of Her Imperial Majesty,
I have the honor to inform you, sir, that the Sublime Empress desires your wife to accompany your elder daughter, the Princess Sophie, to come to our country as soon as possible. Your Highness is too intelligent not to understand the true meaning of Her Majesty's great impatience to meet the Princess, your daughter, of whom report has said much that is lovely.
That's me. Report has said I'm lovely. The Russians think I'm lovely. The Russians think I'm lovely.
Sophie, what are you doing?
Good morning, Mama. I'm reading a letter.
You're reading a letter, are you? Let me see that. Why, Sophie, you're reading correspondence addressed to your papa.
But it's all about me. I'm lovely.
Go to your room immediately. You will not have any breakfast, and you will not leave your room before lunch.
Yes, Mama.
And until such time as you leave this household in Zerbst, you will remember your place.
Yes, Mama. Mama laid down the law. I obeyed. People everywhere thought she was witty, vivacious, gay. I was quiet, quite silent. She was beautiful. I was the ugly duckling. That is until we left Berlin in charge of the man who had written the letter, Count Otto von Brummer. The Count was to accompany us all the way to Moscow. After a month by carriage, we reached the Russian border.
Madam, May I say a word to you in private?
Sophie, leave the room. The Count and I wish to talk.
Yes, Mama. I'll be outside the door if you need me.
She is lovely. Positively beautiful, your Sophie.
And still in her teens. People say she looks exactly like me.
Such lovely chestnut hair and those blue eyes.
Blue-gray, like mine.
And a very good figure, wunderbar.
That she gets from me also.
I think she will make an admirable impression upon the Empress.
Mom, a rider has just arrived from St. Petersburg. He says the snow is 6 feet deep.
Only 6 feet? That's nothing, Sophie. We'll start in the morning. The Empress does not like to be kept waiting.
Look out the window. I've never seen such snow.
Are you certain, Count, there is no risk traveling in such weather?
My dear madam, if Peter the Great had waited for it to stop snowing, there never would have been a St. Petersburg.
Count, you listen to those bells. What day is it today?
February the 3rd, Sophie.
Is it Sunday? I've lost track of the day.
No, it is Wednesday, and St. Petersburg is welcoming you and your mother. We have arrived.
What is this beautiful green and white building?
It is our winter palace. Will you kindly remain in the sleigh, and I will go inside to make sure all is in readiness.
Sophie, will you stop asking so many questions? What day is it? It's Sunday. What are those bells? What is the name of this palace? The Russians will think you're a nobody, unaccustomed to the finer things. Remember, you are going to be the next Empress of Russia. I never had such luck as you. I had to settle for a small prince in Saxony. If you don't know what to say, Sophie, say nothing.
I suppose Mother was right. But it was a lot for a young girl to take in. Bells rang all night and the next day. We were both given sable coats to wear, to keep. Brass bands played. A regiment of soldiers marched up and down, and we hadn't even reached Moscow.
Sophie, we have arranged a special performance for you this evening at the Palace Theater.
Count Brummer, if you will excuse me, but I am still absolutely exhausted from the long journey. And I'm sure Sophie is, too.
I'm not exhausted, Mama.
Child, you need your rest. I want you to look your best when we get to Moscow. And that darling boy, Peter Ulrich.
Madam, I think Sophie would enjoy what St. Petersburg has prepared. I'm afraid if no one made an appearance, it would make an exceedingly bad impression.
But I want to go to the theater. Mama, I feel fine.
Count, you are very persuasive. Sophie, you may go, but dress warmly.
I'll wear my new sable. I was just as glad Mother was tired and went to bed. She has a way of attracting all the attention. So Count Drummer bundled me up in a green and white sleigh, the colors of the winter palace, and off we went.
It's not too cold for you?
No, I love it. When it's cold in Russia, it is definitely cold. I like a weather that can make up its mind.
You're a very enthusiastic young lady, aren't you?
Especially when I don't know where I am. It was an evening of sounds and sights such as I had never seen before. A circus as you cannot possibly imagine. And before it began, all the performers came out and bowed low to me. To me, Sophie, not my mother. Now at home, we have circuses, we have clowns, we have trapeze people. But this circus, with the Count and I sitting in the royal box, oh, it was so exciting. Look at that. Look at that. Why are those clowns with the funny long noses dressed up in circles?
Sophie, those are not clowns. They are bears.
You mean real bears? No.
Yes, they are real bears.
Bears who live in the forest.
Well, they used to. Now they're trained bears. Watch. You see the big one? He's pulling that cart with the 4 little bears inside.
Count Drummer, forgive me, but isn't something very wrong?
Wrong?
Where are the children?
What children?
Any children. There aren't are no children here. Watch it.
There's nobody here tonight but you and I. Sophie, this performance is for you alone. A gift of St. Petersburg, a gift of welcome.
All this for me and no one else?
Usually, when there is a circus, the mothers and fathers do bring their children.
All those elephants. How many are there? We have only one elephant in the Berlin Zoo, and that's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are there?
14 in all.
Look, they hold each other's tails with their noses, and a little one in the back. I thought elephants came from hot country.
Oh, they do. These were a gift to the Empress from the Shah Nadir of Persia.
Does he make gifts to anyone who is an empress?
Oh, no. If you become Empress, Princess Sophie, you may receive elephants, but you will get many other gifts from many rulers.
I will. If I ever become Empress of Russia, I will not permit any circus to perform. No elephants, no bears, no clowns, unless there are always children to see them.
The education of an empress. The little princess had a mind of her own. And when she became Catherine II, she was obstinate and tenacious. Exactly the wife Russia required for a weakling of a husband. But I'm getting too far ahead of myself. I'll be back shortly to pick up the story where we left it, when I return with Act 2.
Hi, I'm Wyman Saunders. This is Heartbeat. Are you depressed? Is it hard to get out of bed in the morning? Do you look forward to, well, nothing? Perhaps some chain of events, something you couldn't control, has affected your life. Maybe you've lost your job or experienced the death of a family member or a friend. Whatever the cause, you're depressed. You're not able to shake the feeling of gloom that hangs over your head. Well, I've got news for you, and it's good news. There's a way to handle your depression. And here's one idea. Decide that you have the ability to decide what your life is going to be like and how you're going to feel about life. To get more suggestions on how to handle depression, just put the word...
In such snow. Are you certain, Count, there is no risk traveling in such weather?
My dear madam, if Peter the Great had waited for it to stop snowing, there never would have been a St. Petersburg.
Yes, Heartbeat, Hartford, Connecticut, 06142. This is Heartbeat.
Large and small, today's businesses are operating in a very tough environment. It's a real jungle. Inflation, regulation, productivity losses, and other problems can leave an executive wondering where to turn for help. There is a solution, and it's here today in Chicago. Honeywell has opened a new facility at the Business Product Center at the Merchandise Mart. It's called the Honeywell Solution Center. At the Honeywell Solution Center, you can meet face-to-face with people representing a company that's been helping to solve the problems of American businesses for almost 30 years.
Welcome to the Honeywell Solution Center. How can we help you?
At the Honeywell Solution Center, you'll be able to see several Honeywell applications in action.
Here's our office automation system. As you can see, it's
Solving the problems facing today's executives is what the Honeywell Solution Center is all about. Come to the Business Product Center at the Merchandise Mart and see how Honeywell can help you. Honeywell, you should see what we do with computers.
German princess from a small German town has been sent to audition, one might say, as a possible wife to the heir of the Russian throne. Marriages in the days of the Tsars were political matches, not love matches. And those two were but pawns in a chess game played to one rule. If my daughter marries your son, it's an alliance, and allies don't wage war.
We just St. Petersburg, Count. Isn't our driver going much faster?
Yes. We lost time with the first team of horses. He's trying to make it up now.
All these little villages we go through so quickly. I wish I knew their names. Mama, you should have seen the bears in the circus last night. Count, the bears live close to Moscow.
I wish she would drive those horses so rapidly through the towns. If anyone is in the streets, they could get hurt.
Leaping through the snow. It's exciting.
Are these about like a horse?
He's taking the corners too fast. Driver, look out! We're too close to the hoses. Driver, be careful! Hey,
The driver cut a quickly and ran after into a house, which fell like box of cinders about us. Mother fainted, but after some brandy, she was better. We all were. With a fresh sleigh and horses and the Count himself doing the driving, we arrived after dark at an enormous palace, all lit up with candles. Moscow.
Ladies, welcome to the Annenhof Palace.
Hello there! You're late. What kept you? Who is that young man at the top of the stairs?
Don't you recognize him, Mama? That's Cousin Peter.
Let me help you two ladies out of the sleigh.
Yes. Sophie, are you sure that young man is Peter? He's so grown up.
I've been up all night wondering when you'd get here. Guten Abend, Sophie.
Our sleigh had an accident and a house fell on us.
Peter Ulrich, I recognize you anywhere.
Aunt Elizabeth is waiting to see you. We must hurry. Oh, you're taller, Sophie.
So are you. But the last time I saw you, I was 12.
I was 13. I think it's funny seeing you in Moscow.
Funny? Why?
You coming 1,000 miles to marry me just so you could be Empress of Russia?
I didn't come for any such reason.
Oh, yes, you did. You were ordered to. I saw the letter.
Children, stop that. I'm tired. I want to pay my respects to the Empress and then go to bed. Count, please show me the way inside. Sophie, you follow me.
Peter, I wouldn't marry you if you were the last person on earth. If I'd only realized then what my life with Peter would turn out to be. Yes, we were cousins, of similar background, both brought up as Lutherans. But Peter Ulrich was a child and remained a child until the day he died. Aunt Elizabeth approved of me, and I was ordered to remain in Russia to be trained. Mother was to go home and we said our goodbyes.
Sophie, I feel so strange leaving you here in Moscow, hundreds of miles from home. Can you act grown up?
I will be grown up. Goodbye, Mama. When I see you next, I shall speak Russian like a native.
Is that necessary, really? Peter doesn't speak a word of Russian and refuses to learn.
Peter is a baby. He thinks by being stubborn and kicking his heels, he'll get more attention. He also refuses to change his religion, but that's his affair.
Sophie, you're not thinking of doing that.
I'm getting religious instructions with Simon Todorsky. He says the two religions are not that different.
It's going to break your father's heart. Why, we live in the very castle Martin Luther himself was hiding in, and all our families. To become a Russian Orthodox. It's a sin, Sophie. Oh, I worry about you.
Don't.
Can't you be Peter's wife and the Empress without that?
If someday Peter and I do marry, I have to believe what the Russian people believe.
Simon Todorsky, I'll tell you, I hate it. I hate it. Everyone in court is paying attention to her and not to me. After all, when Aunt Elizabeth dies, I'm going to be the emperor.
Peter, I would be happy to teach you Russian history and religion also, but the Empress said you did not wish it.
I hate what Sophie is doing. I hate it.
Don't you think you're being unreasonable? I'm proud to say she's making great strides in Orthodoxy.
Did you know her father's family were friends with Martin Luther himself? Disgraceful.
Simon Todorsky, I've been waiting for my lesson. You're late. I heard that, Peter. Yes, we're all Lutherans by birth. But I am in Russia now, and I intend to do what is Russian.
I hope the Lord forgives you.
I hope so, too.
I knew it, Princess. You've got another cold.
Oh, the palace is very cold at night. Peter, it was nice to see you.
I've just been complaining to Simon Todorsky about you.
You have? I'm glad to hear it. I thought you weren't interested in me at all. You used to be.
You became so serious.
Peter, you're going to inherit the throne of Russia. I will not be your wife unless I know the Russian people and can speak to them. Not only those in the palaces, but every serf, every peasant.
Oh, please, no speeches.
Now go away. I have work to do. Simon, let's try to improve my Moscow pronunciation.
No, not today. You are feverish. I shall call Natasha and have you put to bed immediately.
The chill turned to pneumonia. I have to admit, a very sick girl. That worried me, too. If I couldn't live with a Russian climate, if I was an invalid, no matter how well I said my Russian Orthodox prayers, I would be sent back to Zerbst in disgrace.
I cannot believe this, Johanna. Do you know what Sophie has written to me from Moscow? Where is that sentence? Yes. As I find almost no difference between the Orthodox and the Lutheran faiths, I have decided to change my religion. She has decided.
It was decided for her. The Empress would not have permitted the marriage otherwise.
I am being punished. I give the hand of my daughter to infidels, and this is the consequence. I've lost my Sophie.
Did she write also about changing her name?
What?
Again, this is not the child's wish, but the Empress. They're naming our Sophie Catherine. It's a nice name. And it goes well with Peter, don't you think?
The wedding was a fairy tale come true. So beautiful. The ceremony took 4 hours, and I never sat down once. My dress and a tiara and a necklace was so heavy, and all the bowing to the lords and ladies. I was numb. I remember so many things, but not my wedding night. Poor Pete. Poor Catherine.
Catherine, I hear your mother's coming to Moscow for our 5th anniversary.
I didn't know that, Peter. She never wrote me.
They never tell you anything here, do they?
I didn't say that.
You denied knowing your mother was arriving. You expect me to believe that?
Are you trying to start another quarrel? Why is it so hard for you to believe I tell only the truth?
Oh, you don't lie openly. Let's say you conceal.
What have I ever kept from you?
Your friends? Your personal friends? Not that I mind. You can dance the whole night through for all I care. But, Catherine, the court is watching. The court knows.
There is nothing to know.
Count Otto von Brummer, is he nothing?
Otto is a protege of the Empress. She loves him, and it's on her behalf he spends time with me.
Oh, you see each other as a favor to my aunt. He's your lover. Plain and simple, he's not your teacher. You think I'm an awful fool.
Yes, I do. If you believe such a thing. No one has ever come near me but you, and, well, we won't say anything about that.
And I haven't come close enough. Say it. I know what's expected of me. I'm supposed to make you pregnant, so the Romanov line will continue. And in our 5 years together, I
don't know what to tell you. When my mother comes, I'll speak to her, perhaps.
You will not. It's my secret. Our secret. I will not have your mother meddling.
I'm sure she'll know if there's a doctor who could help her.
Oh, don't be so kind, Catherine. Help me. I'm the one who needs it.
Madam, we shall be arriving shortly. These are the naval woods.
Count Brummer, what a difference it is to be traveling to Moscow in the summertime. Do you remember when you brought Sophie and me all the way from Germany on our very first visit? Russia was under 6 feet of snow.
The Empress had such high hopes in those days.
What is it you're trying to tell me, Count?
I have waited until we are at the end of our journey to tell you why you were summoned to Moscow.
Oh, has something happened?
Something has not happened, and the Empress is very concerned. You will forgive me, but I must speak freely.
Yes, you must.
The Grand Duke and your daughter, our beloved Grand Duchess Catherine, have not produced an heir.
I know, and I cannot understand it. Our family has never had such difficulties.
The Empress is aware of that. The difficulties lie elsewhere, not with your daughter.
I see.
The Empress does not wish to wait any longer. 5 years, she believes, is long enough. Therefore, she has asked you to come to Moscow to persuade your daughter to accept another person as father of a child. The Empress believes only you, her mother, could make her understand her duty to Russia. The real father's name will always be secret.
Oh, poor Peter Ulrich.
He will never be told either.
He will know. May I ask if the man of high rank has already been chosen by the Empress for this duty?
He has?
Oh, so it has all progressed pretty far.
Very far, madam.
Does my daughter know this young man?
She sees him often at court. I would say they are quite good friends.
Do you know him?
Yes, I do, madam. The man chosen by the Empress to fulfill this obligation is myself.
It is Catherine the woman, not Catherine the Empress, we are chronicling for you, tracing the metamorphosis of a little-known German princess up to the day when, as Catherine II, she had to place a crown upon her own head to save Russia from ruin. I shall return shortly with Act 3.
What do doctors recommend to avoid constipation? These days, doctors stress the importance of fiber in the diet, food fiber that helps the system regulate itself naturally. Metamucil is the laxative made from natural fiber, no chemical stimulants. So for occasional constipation, doctors recommend Metamucil more often than any other laxative. Try Metamucil powder or pre-measured packets of Metamucil instant mix, regular or orange flavor. Read label and follow directions.
Wednesday on CBS television.
Standing beside me right here is the legendary...
Other men admired him. He was one of America's heroes.
Tom Horn.
Women wanted to be loved by him. And then he outlived his legend.
I figure folks would have to do something about me sooner or later.
And when men like Tom Horn live beyond their time, they lock them up or they hang them.
I don't know. Scares me to death.
Steve McQueen is Tom Horn. Linda Evans is the woman on the CBS Wednesday night movie at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
This is WBBM Chicago. If you have a beautiful, shiny car and you want to keep it that way, let the fingers do the washing at Autoglow Car Wash in Meadowdale Shopping Center in Carpentersville. They wash with cloth. It's a totally new concept in car care. Hundreds of gentle cloth fingers wash, buff, and polish your car's finish to a higher gloss. It's the same soft cloth that Detroit manufacturers use to polish cars coming off the assembly line. And it's only $2.75 for a complete exterior cloth wash at Autoglow in Carpentersville. Also, with the gas you buy at Autoglow's Union 76 station, get 10 cents a gallon discount on your Autoglow cloth wash. Save your cash register receipt from Autoglow Car Wash, redeem it within 7 days, and get $1 off another Autoglow Car Wash. Within 14 days, get 50 cents off. Try the new all-cloth car wash at Autoglow Car Wash, 1 block west of Route 25 at the south end of Meadowdale Shopping Center in Carpentersville.
A son was born to Catherine of Russia, the identity of the real father scratched out of the pages of history. Those were not the days of the rights of a mother, not even to choose the name of her baby. The Empress Elizabeth decided upon Paul, continuing the charade of a supposed descent from Peter the Great.
Peter, isn't he a beautiful baby? Did you see him?
Yes, Catherine, I did.
He pleases the Empress.
Of that, I'm sure.
And she's pleased with me, too, isn't she?
I'm sure she is.
I've brought everyone so much joy. Everyone but myself. Peter, I'm so miserable. Why did they take him away from me? He was hardly born. They wrapped him in swaddling and took him away. And I'm lying here with no one. And I want my baby. Why won't they bring him to me?
I don't know, Catherine, but I can guess. We're being used, you and I. You were used to bring forth a child for Russia. And now that you've obliged them with a male heir, he will become the property of the state.
But it's so cruel. You said you saw little Paul. Is that true?
No. I didn't ask to. The world is told I am the father, but you and I know it couldn't have been me, so why should I wish to see the child of this business of state?
It's not his fault. Don't go, Peter. I feel so weak, please. I asked for my mother. Why didn't they let her come for the birth? 9 months ago she was here, and then they sent her home.
Catherine, Russia used her, too.
I wasn't even allowed to be with my son when he was baptized. As time went on, and he grew from a baby to a boy, they kept my Paul away from me. On state occasions, 3 times a year, I could see him. He belonged totally to the Empress. Peter may have been wrong about many things, but he was right about that. I had been used. One day, I awoke like the sleeping princess. The Empress died.
At last, power is mine. Well, Simon Todorsky, you so influential in the teaching of my wife. Where do we begin? Advise me.
There will be 6 weeks of mourning for your aunt, the Empress.
I can hardly wait. I won't wait. My first edict will be happiness and joy and laughter. Simon, write that down.
Laughter now, during the time of mourning?
Yes. Now, there will be no more sadness. Simon, I am 34 years old, and I was never permitted to do a thing. She is dead. And I say there will be laughter and court parties.
No, Your Highness, it is not proper. I beg you. The people of Russia...
give them something to think about. Are they still parading past the coffin in the cathedral?
By the thousands, all day and all night.
From all over?
From every province.
Splendid. And Catherine, I suppose she is there, too, on her knees, weeping her crocodile tears.
My dear boy, if you carry on like this, mocking the state funeral, the world will think Peter III, the Tsar of Russia, has gone mad.
And so he has. It's true, Peter III has gone mad. Mad with joy that he's no longer puppet to an old harridan. And now I have power. I am the sole power. And I shall behave as I wish and do what I want. Now, let us go to the cathedral and have a good laugh. By the Holy Father, there is quite a crowd.
I told you, it's been happening for days. I beg you, Your Highness, don't make a scene.
A scene? You tell me these mourners are obeying the dictates of their hearts. Why shouldn't I do the same? Will you look at that creature on her knees, prostrate herself? Who do you suppose it is? You, woman, in the black cape. Stand up.
It's Catherine. She's been here since the coffin was brought.
Really? Catherine, is that you? All dressed in black. Not a very becoming color, my dear. What is that on your face? Tears?
Peter, my lord, Peter, come away, some dignified.
Go off my arm. Don't speak to me of dignity, old man. I am the Tsar, and I can do as I will.
Has he gone?
Your Majesty, I should not have let him come. How can I find words?
It's all right, Simon. Will you accompany me back to the palace? I have prayed for her soul as much as I can today. What kind of Tsar must they think him? Our people.
They have known for a long time he will not be good for them.
And where does that leave Russia?
Your Majesty, they will look to you.
To me?
And in order to prepare for that, you must learn all you can of the business of government, our history, our ways of the past, our means of the present.
Simon, stand here a moment in this corner where we cannot be seen and heard.
I'll get you the state archives, the books, the original documents. You must become more Russian than the Russians. You, Catherine.
Is that what you're thinking?
I'm not the only one. There are many here who ask, can this Tsar rule? The mantle may have to fall upon you. I must go now, Your Majesty. I am afraid to leave your husband even for an hour. Take care. I will help you all I can.
What has happened to him? We were children together, Simon, and he has grown up into a monster.
I will try to bring him to you.
Will you say I wish to see him urgently? Tell him it is urgent. I was aflame with fears, doubts, worries, and shame. It was hard to believe what I had seen in the cathedral had really happened. I returned to my apartment.
Your Majesty, if I may speak?
Of course you may, Natasha. But first, help me off with this black veil.
Oh, yes?
I'm tired. How many days has it been?
Oh, already 6, Your Majesty.
I wonder how many more an empress lies in state. What is it you're holding behind your back? Something you don't wish me to see?
Oh, no, Your Majesty.
What is it? A love letter to my favorite lady in waiting. It is. You're blushing, Natasha.
No, it is what I wanted to speak to you about. It's not for me, no. But I was told to make sure no one saw me give it to you. I was told to tell you it's from a good friend of long ago.
I have no friend. You may give me the letter.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I must see it. Natasha, where is he? Did you let him go away?
No, your lady in waiting hid me behind that curtain. My queen.
Otto. Oh, Otto. Where have you been?
The Empress sent me away.
Just a moment. Natasha, you are sworn to secrecy.
Oh, I am. Forever.
You may leave us.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Where were you? I didn't hear one word. No message, nothing.
I obeyed the Empress's commands.
We all did.
Wasn't it better for your sake and your husband's, and for little Paul, that I should disappear? Even now, I'm risking a great deal.
The only one who knew it was you is dead. Who else would speak?
Your husband knows. If he finds me before I find him, he would have my head.
You don't know him. He is too proud to admit such a thing.
Is he? I swear to you, he is talking of having your son declared illegitimate, and you shut up in a convent accused of adultery.
I don't believe it. Who told you that?
There's more. I have been sent by others to help turn the key.
What key?
You know French, Your Majesty. The key is coup d'etat.
Overthrow the government?
Not the government, only the Tsar. There are too many who are certain Peter is unfit to wear the crown. We are planning this coup d'etat and to place you, Catherine, on the throne. I must go. Simon Dodorsky will keep you posted as to what we shall expect of you and when.
I was with Simon in the cathedral an hour ago. Now I know what his warning meant. He said I must make myself more Russian than the Russians. We talked of Ivan the Terrible, Otto. I don't want to be known as Catherine the Terrible. Is there no other way?
There was a man born in the year 1 who preached turning the other cheek, Catherine. It didn't work for him. And it won't for Russia. Russia needs a ruler who can rule himself.
But what do you expect of me?
Be ready, my queen. If need be, and if Peter will not abdicate in your favor, there are those who would cut him down.
Oh, no. Kill him. Murder. No, Otto, never. It is now only 1 month since I wept over the coffin of the Empress Elizabeth. 1 short month. And in that time, Peter followed her to his grave.
Your Majesty, he started a quarrel with Prince Theodore during dinner. We were unable to pull them apart, and then he was dead.
Oh, but he promised me he agreed to abdicate. Why this? Why murder?
I can't remember what we did, how he died. No one knows.
I don't want to know. I don't want to hear any more.
His eye foamed at the mouth. Then he fell forward, and that was all.
I am lost, Otto. No one will ever believe I did not order his death.
The death of Tsar Peter III is as much a mystery today as it was the day it happened. Did he die of fear and apoplexy? Was he murdered? All we do know is that his face, as seen in his coffin, was black. For all that, it was the end of chaos, of national incoherence, and the beginning of the reign of Catherine herself. I shall return shortly.
Next, in red velvet, low neck, and full sleeves, lovely lawn.
There's a world of high fashion that designers aren't showing this year, but it's all revealed in Goodbye Jeanette, now in paperback. The latest from our most daring designer of fiction, Harold Robbins, and it features his most audacious creation ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeanette.
Jeanette, swathed in glitter, sparkling with gems, casually worn over a soul of pure corruption. Jeanette's the hottest designer in Paris, maybe the world, and she can offer everything a man or woman could desire, but at a price few can pay. Harold Robbins now interprets the hottest new fashions in clothes.
The children together, Simon. And he has grown up into a monster.
I will try to bring him to you.
Will you say I wish to see him urgently? Tell him it is urgent. I was aflame with fears, doubts, worries, and shame. It was hard to believe what I had seen in the cathedral had really happened. I returned to my apartment. Your Majesty, if I may speak? Of course you may, Natasha. But first, help me off with this black veil. Oh, yes? I'm tired. How many days has it been? Oh, already 6.
Music stopped when Cinderella became the Empress. Even today, her 20-year reign is looked upon by every Russian as a banner unfurled, admired by every other country in Europe. For Russia, Catherine was truly great. Our cast included Amanda Plummer, Russell Horton, Joan Shea, and Louis Turenne. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Something terrible. What is it, Hank?
It's my father. He's dead. He had a heart attack. I gotta get back there. I'll drop you off somewhere.
Couldn't I just go with you? I might be able to help somewhere.
Okay. If you want to. It's your vacation. You've got a right to do anything you want to do with it.
It isn't a right. It's what I have to do. I don't know why. That's how it is.
And the Prince of Darkness, Set, will draw his veil across the light of Amun-Ra. And I, Mersebret, will rise again to live out my term. Again to wreak my curse upon the daughter of Neshtari, whoever she may be, to the last and final generation.
The This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Get the lowdown on low fares. Call Delta Airlines. You'll find you can get big bargains to more than 60 cities. And we'll highlight some of these low fares for you at the end of this commercial. So listen for the lowdown on Delta's money-saving fares to many places. And wherever you fly on Delta, don't leave home without the American Express card. It's the easy way to pay for your Delta ticket, as well as hotels, dining, entertainment, car rentals, and just about any of your travel expenses. The American Express card. Don't leave home without it. And don't leave home without first getting the lowdown on low fares from Delta or your travel agent. Like these.
Fly Delta to Raleigh-Durham for just $99 one-way in tourist. Atlanta's only $96 on certain flights from Chicago. And Delta's fare to Houston is as low as $90. To Nashville, $78. Fares subject to change without notice. Delta is ready when you are.
CBS News, President Reagan promises the state of the economy will improve. He says he won't raise taxes, and he proposes what is being called a new federalism. This is Rob Armstrong reporting on the CBS Radio Network. The President's State of the Union address focused in large part on the economy. The President said the answer does not lie in higher taxes. He says that solution has been tried and has failed. What the President did propose was a massive shift of federal programs to state control. The President says a major problem is the proliferation of federal programs.
Let's solve this problem with a single bold stroke. The return of some $47 billion in federal programs to state and local government, together with the means to finance them, and a transition period of nearly 10 years to avoid unnecessary disruption.
The President said details would be worked out later, but he presented a broad outline.
Starting in fiscal 1984, the federal government will assume full responsibility for the cost of the rapidly growing Medicaid program to go along with its existing responsibility for Medicare. As part of a financially equal swap, the states will simultaneously take full responsibility for aid to families with dependent children and food stamps.
The President also said his administration will not turn its back on the elderly or the poor. He defended his economic policy to date, and he warned that more sanctions may be imposed on Poland and the Soviet Union if things in Poland don't improve. Reaction to the State of the Union speech when CBS News continues.
The Wall Street Journal, in a recent article, explained how the new tax law, along with advanced planning, can help you keep more of what you make during 1982. If information like this is important to you, have a pencil ready for an offer from the Journal that can help keep you informed of everything happening anywhere in business that could affect your future and your company's future. Other Journal articles revealed that the Reagan administration will be more selective from now on in enforcing antitrust suits against big business. You would have read about the growing number of stocks that are going for bargain rates, and that many Blue Cross and Blue Shield plans are seeking steep increases in premiums due to financial difficulties. The Wall Street Journal is all the business news you need when you need it. Right now, you can get 26 weeks of the Journal, one for every business day of the week, for about $1.80 per week. That's just $47 for 26 weeks, about $1.80 per week. So if you're serious about business in the continental U.S., call toll-free 800-228-6600. That's 800-228-6600, except in Nebraska. You'll be billed later.
Reaction to the President's speech ranged from strong Republican support to lukewarm Republican support to outright skepticism on the part of most Democrats. Susan Spencer took a sampling on Capitol Hill.
Democratic Majority Leader Jim Wright called the speech disappointing. Majority Whip Tom Foley criticized it for lacking specifics, but promised that the leadership will not try to block the president's programs in the House. Other Democrats, though, sounded like that's exactly what they'd like to do. District of Columbia Delegate Walter Fauntleroy calling the new federalism the new shell game.
The people who've suffered most as a result of the policies of this administration in its first year have nothing to cheer about as a result of this State of the Union message. The 10 million people who are unemployed have been given the promise of further cuts in programs designed to cushion the unemployed.
The Republican leadership, by contrast, was predictably enthusiastic. Disagreeing with some who predict the proposals won't go very far this session, House Leader Bob Michael said the speech would really give Congress a charge. Susan Spencer, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Glenn Watts, the president of the Communication Workers of America, said of the president's speech, "In this Hollywood version of society, only the wealthy and successful play leading roles, while working and non-working Americans are extras." Now this.
If you'd like to take advantage of the current high interest rates in today's money market, but want your money available when you need it, take a moment now to call this toll-free number, 800-228-5000. Ask the operator to send you information on Dreyfus Liquid Assets. Find out just how much income growth you can get from one of the world's largest money market mutual funds. With Dreyfus Liquid Assets, you have the advantage of making withdrawals by phone or paying larger bills with free redemption checks and continue earning high yields, compounded daily till your check clears. You can put money in or take it out anytime with never a sales charge or a penalty. But call now, 800-228-5000 for free information and a prospectus, including management fee, charges, and expenses. 800-228-5000. Study the prospectus carefully before you invest and learn how Dreyfus Liquid Assets can help you get the lion's share from today's high interest rates. 800-228-5000. Toll free, 800-228-5000.
Some other stories in brief. World Airways announced Tuesday that 2 passengers aboard that DC-10 that slid off the end of the runway into Boston Harbor last Saturday night are missing and feared drowned. The airline had earlier said that all passengers and crew escaped to safety. The coast of Oregon is again being battered by high winds and heavy rains. Hundreds of people have been evacuated as officials there fear more mudslides. And a high wind warning has been posted for most of the state of Utah, where the resort area of Snowbird reported gusts to 95 miles an hour. Some surprise testimony in the Wayne Williams murder trial in Atlanta. 2 witnesses Tuesday said they saw Williams with a boy who later turned up dead. Williams is charged in connection with 2 of 28 murders of young blacks there over a 2-year period. Rob Armstrong, CBS News.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... I don't know about you, but the mysteries that intrigue me the most are the unexplainable. Stories of a world we cannot fathom, of dimensions invisible, of powers unspeakable, of the sealed book of the devil himself. That, in essence, is what we bring you today. A look into the unknown.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sergeant Mario of the Roma Police. You are Dr. Adam Parks?
This is preposterous. The police? I haven't done anything.
You will pack your bags and come with me to the police station.
On what charge?
A most serious charge, Doctor. Especially for a visitor.
Look, what are you going to hold me on?
You will be booked, Doctor, as an undesirable alien.
Our mystery drama, The Other Soul, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Gerald Keane and stars Russell Horton and Mandel Kramer. It is sponsored in part by True Value Hardware Stores. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. What most of us don't realize is that the past and the present are one. That time, as we know it, hours, days, weeks, years, are man-made divisions. And nowhere in the world is one more reminded of the long passage of man than in the Roman catacombs. 50 years after Christ, the first Christians were buried in those subterranean cemeteries. But even today, I'm getting ahead of my story. Let Dr. Lawrence Kane tell it, for he knows it well.
I'm generally called Larry, even by my patients. None of that Dr. Kane stuff for me. I have a partnership with Adam Parks, and when this year's medical conference was to be held in Rome, one of us had to stay behind and take care of the practice. So, Adam went. The last postcard I received from him said, "Today I'm going to visit the catacombs."
Let us all please stay together in these catacombs. I don't want to lose anybody. Follow me a destra to the right. These steps are cut into the rock. We are now coming to a gallery. Watch your step. Hold on to the railing.
Excuse me.
Scusi?
How many people would you say are buried in these catacombs?
I'm going to describe, just to listen. Everybody stop, please. The first Christians who were buried here had to be in a secret. The religion was new and forbidden. These cavities are cut into the rock. They are called loculi.
Sir, are they all the same size?
Please, the size of the cavities according to how big is the body. Centuries ago, after buried, the cavity closed up, hermetically sealed with brick or marble or slate or stone. Follow me.
I beg your pardon, but I happen to hear you asking the guide many questions about the catacombs. Are you English, sir?
No, I'm an American. I'm very interested in the history of Rome. If you'll excuse me asking you a question, the lady you're with, who's standing right there, she looks very pale to me. I suggest you take her right away up into the air.
Just a moment, sir. This lady wishes to give you something.
Give me something?
Here, take this.
What is it?
Take this card.
Well, where's the gentleman you were just with? I told him, madam, you're very pale. I suggested the air here in the catacombs is not too good for you. You see, I'm a doctor. I can see you're being affected by this stale underground air.
Please.
Oh, where is he, the gentleman? Did he rejoin the tour?
If you value your life, you must take this card.
Oh, yes, sir. Can I help you? Yes, I'm Dr. Adam Parks. I'm with the Doctors Convention.
Oh, yes, doctor. What can I do for you?
Look, someone gave me this card, and I can't read what it says.
You cannot read it?
Well, I was in the catacombs this morning, and a lady gave me this card. You see, I don't speak Italian, so I thought if you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could just tell me.
Oh, of course. Give it to me. Oh, it's very fancy. Written in red ink. Where did you say you got this card?
Well, from a beautiful lady, a stranger in the catacombs.
That is enough. Don't say any more.
What's the matter?
You must leave this hotel.
What are you talking about?
Dr. Parks, I tell you as manager of the Continental Hotel, I order you to leave this hotel now. Do not.
Well, I'm not going to. The convention starts this evening. Why should I move to another hotel? What's the matter with you?
The matter is not with me. It is extremely serious. All right. You can go to your convention tonight. But tomorrow morning, at 7 o'clock, I shall send a boy to your room. You will check out of this hotel. If you are not out of here by 8 o'clock, I send for the police.
Who is it?
The manager, Dr. Park. Are you ready to leave?
What time is it?
It is 7 o'clock sharp. Are you ready to leave?
Look, what is all this nonsense?
I see you are not packed yet. Allow me to introduce Sergeant Mario of the Rome Police. He may be able to persuade you. I leave you, gentlemen.
Dr. Adam Parks, sit down, please.
This is preposterous. I haven't done anything. What is the matter with that man?
May I see the card which you showed him?
Well, certainly. Here. Well? Sergeant Mario, would you mind telling me what is written on there?
I'm afraid I cannot.
You cannot? You can't read it? I thought you were Italian.
I was born in Rome, but this is written in Latin, and I don't speak Latin. You will get dressed, pack your bag, and I shall take you to the police station.
The police? Oh, on what charge?
Dr. Parks, you will be booked as an undesirable alien.
I demand my rights as an American citizen. Why am I being questioned in this police station? What have I done?
Dr. Parks, please do not get excited. I have my instructions which I must obey. What is your full name?
Dr. Adam Clay Park.
You are a specialist?
Yes, the heart.
Where do you live?
I was at the Continental Hotel until that crazy manager booted me out.
I mean you're American resident.
I live on Long Island.
This is an island in America.
Now, look, what is the point of all this? I came to Rome with 25 other doctors from all over the world. We're here for a convention. I'm going back to America at the end of the week.
If you do not return soon, Dr. Parks, you married?
Yes.
Name of a wife, please.
Elaine.
You have children?
Yes. No. No children.
What do you mean, yes and no?
We had a baby. It died.
What did it die of?
What business is it of yours? It died, that's all. I don't want to talk about it.
I must insist. What did your baby die of?
It was an accident. The person carrying it had an accident. Now, are you satisfied?
Who do you know in Rome?
Nobody. I don't know any Italian. I know several of the doctors at the convention.
We questioned the guide who took you through the catacombs. He remembered you very clearly. He said you spoke with a man and a woman, but he could not identify them. Who are they?
I haven't the faintest idea. I never saw them before in my life. It was that woman who gave me the darn card with the red ink writing on it that started all this.
I must leave you now. The interrogation is over for the moment.
No, wait a minute. What's going to happen to me?
You will be placed in a cell.
In a cell? Now, you listen to me, Sergeant. As an American, I have a right to be represented by my ambassador, and I demand as an American citizen that you get in touch with the American embassy without any delay.
Of course. Certainly. Why not?
Hello?
Elaine?
Who is this? Adam? Where are you, honey?
Oh, I'm at Kennedy Airport, Elaine, back in the good old USA.
Oh, at Kennedy Airport?
Yep, back sooner than I thought.
Oh, y'all hurry home now, do you hear?
Yeah, I'll grab the first limo I can get.
Oh, this is the most marvelous surprise in the whole world. I missed you so, honey. How come you only stayed in Rome 3 days?
Well, I'll tell you all about it when I get home.
Now I've got you all to myself until Monday. I hope you're not planning to go to the office right away.
Well, to tell you the truth, Elaine, I just want to stay home for a while and think things over.
Well, that's the idea, honey. After all, Larry was going to cover for you with your patients while you were away. So, we don't tell him you're back.
Oh, boy, that smells good.
Oh, Adam, this is so nice having you all to myself.
What?
Well, here we are, just you and me at home, having a little old tete-a-tete dinner by candlelight prepared by my own hands, just like when we were first married. Remember? Adam? Well, what are you thinking?
Elaine, I've got to tell you something. The reason I'm home so soon is I was kicked out.
Out of the medical profession?
No, darling, out of the country, out of Italy.
But why? What did you do?
It's a mystery to me. I don't know if I'll ever find out. Someone handed me a card. I couldn't read it, and when I asked the hotel manager what it said, he looked at it and ordered me out of the hotel. Then the police came and quizzed me as if I were a criminal.
What did it say on that card?
Well, that's just it. I don't know. Well, you wouldn't be able to read it either. It's in old Italian.
You mean Latin?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know Latin. I majored in it in college. Let me see it.
No, I don't know, honey.
Adam Parks, I'm not going to let my shrimps get cold, do you hear? Why, you fuss about that silly old thing. Now, you give me that card, and I'll tell you what it says.
Let's forget about it, Elaine. I just assume. All the way home, I had this awful fear growing that those words written on that card may be the handwriting on the wall for me. Something terrifying is going to happen.
Don't say that, Adam. I don't think I could bear another tragedy.
Julius Caesar, like many men of his time, was what one would call today superstitious. Nevertheless, his observations upon the mysterious are worth remembering. We are the most seriously frightened, he wrote, at things which are not seen, which are hidden away and unknown. True, the dagger that stabbed Caesar to death was a hidden dagger. Has fate hidden something from Adam Parks that might spell the same? I shall return shortly with Act 2. How is it possible for a man in a foreign land to be given a piece of paper with writing on it that already has begun to change his life? And who is the beautiful woman in Rome who insisted he take it? And why is it that no one yet will tell Adam Parks what the words say? He looks across the table at his wife. Does he dare show her the card?
Elaine, can't we just forget the darn card for now?
No, Adam. Now, if something's wrong, that wrong, I want to share it with you. But give it to me.
All right. Here.
Well. You monster! You devil!
Well,
I can't believe I've been married to a man for 5 years and never knew him.
Elaine, what are you talking about?
You think I'm going to sit here across the table from... after my eyes have been opened to what you really are?
Elaine, for pity's sake, don't be like all the others who accuse me and don't tell me why. Elaine, where are you going? And then, Larry, Elaine said to me, our marriage is finished. Finished, she said, over. That's incredible, Adam. And either she gets out of the apartment or I do. You mean she told you to leave right then and there? Larry, what am I going to do? Well, for tonight, you can sleep here. And tomorrow, first thing, we'll go to the office and talk this over. The office? I couldn't see any patients now. I'm all unnerved. This thing has given me a real bad case of a shake. Yes, Dr. Kane speaking.
Is that you, Larry?
Oh, hello, Elaine. Adam's here. You want to speak to him?
I never want to speak to him again as long as I live.
Elaine, isn't that a little bit harsh? He doesn't even know what he's done.
The reason I called you, Larry, was to explain, so you will have heard it from me. I simply couldn't bear to live with that man one moment longer. I can't even speak his name.
Elaine, I don't know what's come over you. I do know that whatever you think Adam has done, it's not his fault.
Larry, you don't know what you're talking about. That man is a monster.
Now listen to me, Elaine. How do you know what you read on that card is the truth? Think it over, Elaine. Elaine? She hung up. Something horrendous must have been written on that card. Can I see it? You won't understand it any more than I do. It's in Latin, written in longhand, in red ink. Well, I know some Latin. What I don't know, I can look up in the dictionary. It's crazy. It's crazy. I almost don't want to know. Well, you can trust me. We've known each other long enough. I'll translate it, and I'll tell you straight, for your own peace of mind. You're right. If I can't trust you, old boy, who can I trust? Well, here's my Latin dictionary. Now, let me see that crazy card. I don't need the dictionary anymore. Well, you know already. You haven't been at it 10 minutes. It didn't take me any time at all. Well, does it make sense? Adam, I wish more than anything in the world that I hadn't seen that card and what it tells me. You have brought me the worst news one man could bring another. What are you saying? The betrayal of a friendship. That's what I'm saying. Larry, you've got to tell me what.
What? Why?
So it was you. It's hard to believe. All these years since then, practicing medicine together, sharing an office. And all the time it was you. I said you could spend the night here, and I'll have to let you. But tomorrow, Adam, take yourself somewhere else. I am not sharing my practice with you.
I am going out of my mind. This can't be happening to me. It can't be. Larry, tell me why.
Not now. I couldn't find the words. It's too late. Too much water has passed under the bridge. All I know is I don't want to see you, Adam, ever again.
Hello, this is Dr. Parks. Could I speak to Dr. Kane?
Yes, Adam, this is Larry.
Listen, Larry, I found her.
You found who?
That woman I met in the catacombs in Rome. She's here, Larry. She's in America. I saw her on the street.
Oh, are you sure?
Well, sure, I'm sure, unless I've gone crazy. I followed her to a private house on 5th Avenue, but I can't get in to see her. Well, I've been ringing that bell for 3 days now. No one answers.
Adam, I'm very busy. What is it you want from me?
Well, don't you see? She'll be able to tell me what it's all about.
Don't you know?
Well, I'm beginning to, I think. The mystery is no one sees the same thing in those words. A hotel manager, the Italian police, Elaine, you, all different people. What does that card make them believe? Now, maybe I can find out from this woman. Hold on, Larry. I'm talking from a phone booth across the street. Someone's coming out of her door. It's the man she was in the catacombs with. I've got to talk to him. I'll call you back. Excuse me. Do you remember me?
Yes, I do.
You do? Oh, that's fine. In the catacombs?
Yes, I remember you very well.
You remember the lady that you were with? She was very pale. I told you to take her out of the catacombs to get some air, and then you went away, and then she came up with me. Your sister? Oh, she gave me a card with writing in red ink on it. She said I had to take it. Now, I've had the most peculiar and terrible trouble since that day. My whole life is turned upside down. Then, sheer luck, I saw her 3 days ago. I followed her here. Now, will you please take me to her now? I've got to see her.
Dr. Parks, will you please take your hands from my collar?
How do you know my name?
Let go of me.
Look, I am going to kill you right here and now. If you don't let me into that house, I'm at the end of my rope.
My sister is very ill. All right. Come with me. Gabriel, I found him.
You search for mine?
Yes. He's here.
Madam, what is written on that card? Why did you give it to me? Why not someone else?
It belonged to you. I gave it to you because I wanted you to...
Tell me. You must tell me that... Look at it. Look at the card.
Only you can save it yourself.
Please, I beg you, tell me that...
She is no more.
The card. The words are gone. What was written is gone. What am I to do now?
It so happens that I, Larry Kane, was the doctor called in. Fate, coincidence, call it what you will. When I arrived, there was nothing I could do for the dead woman. Upon examination later, she was found to have had a certain damage to the heart valves. She had literally died of a broken heart. The last time I saw Adam, he was leaving that house with a desperate and terrified look. A week later, Carlo, her brother, came to see me.
I came especially, Dr. Kane, to warn you about Dr. Adam Parks. I know you know him. I saw a look pass between you.
That's the irony of it all. That Dr. Parks should be outside your door for 3 days. Dr. Parks is a heart specialist. Had he been admitted to your house even 1 day earlier, who knows but that your sister might be alive today. How well did you know him?
Too well, and too briefly.
Did you know about that extraordinary card he says was given to him by your sister in Rome? He showed it to me, and what I saw in it gave me the shock of my life.
Dr. Kane, you would do well to forget you ever laid your eyes on that card.
Yes, I never wish to see it again.
More than warn you about the card and Dr. Parks, I cannot do. It is too dangerous. Good day, sir.
10 years have gone by. Adam, in his own practice, alone, did brilliantly. He never remarried. He never saw me, and although he made more money than almost any other doctor in the profession, he also gave more time to the clinics, the poor. He seemed dedicated and driven. Then, one night my telephone rang. There'd been an accident. He had been shot, and he'd asked for me. I went to the hospital and examined him.
Are you Dr. Kane?
Yes, I am. What happened, officer? Tell me, how was he shot?
We shot him.
What? You, the police?
Well, according to witnesses at 11 p.m. tonight, a woman came out of a doorway and a man leaped upon her to strangle her. We were cruising nearby, heard her cries, got out of the squad car and pursued the accused. He escaped down a dark alley. We lost him, and then we saw him run across the street. My partner and I called to the perpetrator to halt or we fire. He refused to stop, and we fired.
You shot the wrong man. Dr. Parks is one of the great doctors of the country. He'd never strangle anybody.
Do you think he'll pull through?
I can tell you this. There isn't one single doctor in the entire profession who won't do everything possible to see that Adam Parks recovers.
Good afternoon, Larry.
Well, for a man who this morning had a bullet removed from the lining of his heart, I'd say you're mighty chipper.
Now, who in blazes took a shot at me?
You'll never believe it.
When can I get up? What does the chart say?
That is none of your business, old buddy. Dr. Parks, I am your doctor. Now, you behave like a patient for once in your life, and you got a good chance.
You son of a gun. 10 years it's been. It's good to see you again.
Well, I've been following your career, believe it or not. You've done marvelously, Adam. Maybe I did the right thing by you after all, splitting up.
I never wanted to, Larry.
Well, at the time, I couldn't bear to see you. Today, it's all different. Come in.
Dr. Parks, may I come in? How do you do, Dr. King? What's this all about, officer? The department asked me to come over and explain. Dr. Parks, do you speak Latin? Latin? The woman who was being assaulted last night happened to be a teacher. She said her assailant spoke to her in a stream of Latin words.
Well, I can't read it, I can't write it, I can't speak it. What are you getting at, officer?
My partner and I have retraced our steps where we followed the assailant last night, where we lost him and where we saw Dr. Parks running. The department is of the opinion the perpetrator must have been another man.
Larry, I've been thinking. It all ties together. You heard what that cop said about Latin. Old Latin and evil. I thought I'd escaped it. I'd had 10 years of peace, but it hasn't let me go. I'm pulling the shades down, and you are closing your eyes.
Why can't we turn back the clock? Those old days in medical school? Didn't we have a great time?
Yes.
I see on the board where the term paper's got to be handed in by Friday. Got yours ready, Larry? Me? No, I haven't seen it, but where did you leave it? Larry, who would take it? You don't hand it in. You don't graduate.
Adam, go to sleep.
Somebody stole that thesis. I always felt terrible about graduating alone. You're not being able to graduate when I did. It took you another 9 months, almost a year. Start all over again. Write a brand new paper. It never showed up. Who would do a thing like that, Larry?
Who indeed would do a thing like that? I suspect Dr. Adam Clay Parks in some way is far more responsible than he remembers. It's most unlikely there's an enemy of his we haven't yet met. For by the end of Act 2 of Mystery Theater, we have met all the characters. The clues are in. Only the solution remains. For that, I'll be back shortly with Act 3. I think it is very evident there is some supermortal and unknown force at work here. Officially, the police may say they mistook the man who tried to strangle a woman on a dark street. But can we believe they were mistaken? If that man was Adam Parks, he has paid dearly. So much for my comments. Dr. Larry Kane picks up the story.
The following day, I was at the hospital at 6. Adam had taken a turn for the worse. Possibility of pneumonia or a collapsed lung. We had him in intensive care, heavily sedated. Or so we thought.
Gotta tell you something, Larry. Elaine's the only one who knows. Nobody else. We had a baby. Elaine's mother used to come around, play with the baby, take care of it. I was upstairs in my room, writing a paper for a medical journal. Elaine is out buying groceries. She just got back. Her mother is lying at the bottom of the stairs with our baby in her arms. Horrible. She must have fallen down the whole flight. They're dead, both of them.
You didn't have to tell me. I want you to conserve your strength.
Larry, listen. In case I don't pull out of this, you know that card that the woman gave me in the catacombs? It's in my house, in my library, inside my Bible. I couldn't destroy it. Something always stopped me. I figured I'd be safe if I put it in the Bible.
Adam, please.
Don't stop me now, please. You're the only one who understands this terrible influence on my life. You've got to find out. You've got to, Larry. I charge you with that when I'm gone.
What are you talking about? Gone?
I am not going to live out the day, Larry. And I know it.
Adam was right. At 1 minute before midnight, Adam's spirit left him. I was very depressed as I let myself into his house, found the Bible and the card. I hadn't the faintest idea how I could find out anything about its malevolent influence. Hello?
Dr. Kane? Dr. Lawrence Kane?
Yes?
I've been calling for an hour.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got home.
I'm sorry to call you so late, Doctor, but I must see you.
Now? Who is this?
My name is Carlo Neruda. You may not remember me, but we met 10 years ago when my sister Gabriella was very ill and passed away.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do remember. What is it?
Dr. Adam Parks is dead, isn't he?
How do you know? Who told you?
No one told me, but I know. Just before midnight. And I thank the Lord for it.
What are you saying? That he is better off dead?
Yes, I am. I must see you immediately, Doctor. It's quite urgent.
All right. You know the address?
I have always known it. Doctor, you may want to know where I first met Adam Parks and when. To explain, I must tell you first about my sister Gabriella. Gabriella had always been greatly interested in the occult. All her life she had been seeking the bridge between the unknown satanic creatures of the night and those of us here and now. We were in Rome, and this night I'm speaking of, we had attended a special performance at the Teatro Adriano. I was driving back to where we lived. Are you all right, Gabriella? You're so quiet.
Carlo? Go slower. No, slower still.
What is it? Why are you putting your hand on your heart? Are you in pain?
Something terrible is happening over there.
Where are you pointing? Across the Tiber?
Yes, we must cross the river at once. Take the first bridge.
Are you sure?
Do as I say.
The Ponte Cavour, all right?
No, turn right into the Via della Scrota. Slow down. Here, we must stop.
At the Borghese Palace?
Hurry, get out of the car. Carlo, follow me.
It was very late at night. There was no one in the streets. I ran after Gabriella, who seemed drawn down the crooked alleys like by some invisible power.
There he is, Carlo. Stop that man. Pull him away from that woman. Hurry.
In the dark, I could make out the form of a man struggling on the ground with a woman. I pulled him from her, held his arms behind him, twisted up the back of his jacket until he was helpless. Gabriella went to the woman, a poor fruit seller who had been on her way to market when the man had attacked her and tried to strangle her. She got to her feet and ran off. Suddenly, the man went limp in my arms. I carried him back to our car. Look at him. He's no ruffian. A well-dressed man. Look at his fine hands. What is this? What is he?
He is a Lucifer man. His soul has been infected.
How do you know this?
I have learned it.
Why would a man like this try to kill that woman? He's coming to now. I can't believe it. His face is a good face of a good man.
You haven't seen his real face. Wait till we get home. Sir, what is your name?
What? Oh, where am I?
Don't worry, sir. You are with friends.
Do you know your name?
Adam Clay Parks.
You are English?
No, American.
What are you doing in Rome?
I don't seem to remember. Wait a minute. Yes, I'm attending a medical conference.
So, you are a doctor.
What were you doing tonight near the Borghese Palace?
Oh, I don't know that place.
We found you there. You were trying to strangle a woman.
I was what?
Now, please. Not half an hour ago. There is no use pretending you don't remember.
But I don't. I don't remember anything. Strangling what woman?
Don't be angry with him, brother. It is true. He does not remember. It is his other soul.
What magic Gabriella exercised then, I don't know. She stood within inches of this Adam Parks and spoke to him in a language I did not recognize. Then I knew. It was the most ancient of Latin. Her eyes burned into his. Suddenly, over this respectable-looking American doctor came a change I can only describe as aboriginal. He fell to the ground, crawling on all fours, his face distorted as though every single sin of man were written on it.
See, Carlo, there is no doubt. This is a Lucifer man.
Lucifer? You mean the devil, Satan?
It was not always so that Lucifer meant evil. In ancient Latin, Lucifer meant bringer of light, the morning star.
But this animal, rubbling under the floor here, you're not saying he's a saintly man.
He is a slave of Satan. See the way he looks at me. It knows I am its master. This creature is centuries old. Get up, demon soul. Stand up on your two real legs. I shall will you not answer me?
Yes.
Speak now of a later time in your existence. What are you?
A medicine man, doctor.
Remember a time of sin? A place of sin?
House. There are stairs. Older woman has come to see baby. Younger woman leaves house to buy food.
What do you see now?
Older woman is holding baby in her arms at top of stairs.
Who is this woman?
I don't know. I am silently behind her. She is falling downstairs to the bottom.
You push her?
Yes, I pushed her. The power overcame me. It made me...
Are you in the grip of this power now?
I have always felt the power.
Have you used it only for death?
I have used it for pain. The power made me steal papers important to a student and made him pay.
Who was that?
A young man who had written the papers, doctor papers.
What was the last time you caused death?
I never caused death. The power made me...
Demon soul, you will write on this card. You will remember, and every deed of yours will be set forth.
I cannot write.
I dip this pen in red ink. Now, write your sins.
I have never seen what was written on that card, Doctor. Gabrielle said to me, the power of those words are such that he who reads them understands the meaning of what is written and suddenly sees the truth of the bearer.
I have that card. I brought it here from Adam's library.
Have you ever looked at the words?
Once. And as you say, when I did, I realized it was Adam who had stolen a thesis of mine years ago when we were in medical school together.
No, not Adam, but his other demon soul.
I understand that now. He had two souls. One centuries old and evil. The other, the soul of the extraordinary man that I knew. Well, then what happened?
Gabriella took the card and restored Adam Parks to his normal state, and we brought him back to his hotel.
He never remembered any of that night.
No. The following day, Gabriella turned to me and said, the catacombs, we must go there. She knew Adam Parks would be there, and he was. It was in the catacombs Gabriella gave him back the card. And until her dying day, Gabriella never saw Adam Parks again.
What was her idea in returning it to him?
A Lucifer man has two souls. It was Gabriella's hope that Adam Parks might understand what he had written so that his pure soul could deal with its horrible twin. If Adam Parks could win over his Lucifer soul, it would give meaning to all my sister's studies of the occult.
But her theory was only that, a theory.
Alas, he could not read what he had written. Gabriella learned that too late. A demon soul cannot see what is plain to everyone else. He can never know his own degradation.
Unbelievable. The card. What should I do with it?
I shall look. Nothing is written on it. Nothing. The words disappeared when Gabriella died.
Poor Adam. To carry such a burden through life.
Gabriella once said, when that man dies, he may return to this world, and his other soul may be that of a great doctor.
Reincarnation?
No. Continuation.
She may be right. Perhaps that's the secret of all the great people of today. They are two souls. But their other soul is as great as the soul they were born with.
All is possible, and all will be understood when the unknown becomes known.
As Dr. Larry Kane said, unbelievable. Yet, is it? Haven't we all at one time or another felt an urge or desire difficult to control? Acted in a way unlike ourselves? He wasn't himself, we say. Are some of us possibly also afflicted with another soul? I shall return shortly with a few less dangerous thoughts. you agree with me that often what we don't know makes a far better story than what we do? And this is not an opinion recently discovered. More than 2,000 years ago, the great Greek Socrates said, "The mind always fears an evil the more when it is not known." How true that is still. Yet, how tantalizing. Our cast included Russell Horton, Mandel Kramer, Ann Williams, and Jackson Beck. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Our little mouse has jumped at the chance.
We move in?
For a week or two.
That doesn't give us quite enough time.
Oh, there will be ways to prolong our stay. The sicker she gets, the more she needs nursing. How long will it take?
One can never be quite sure. The young have more resistance, and we must take care. Oh, still, I should imagine within 6 weeks.
Oh, and we'll be rich again.
Forever, my love. Once little Amy joins the Commodore in, if you'll excuse the pleasantry, Davy Jones' locker, you and I will be set for life.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. I'm E.G. Marshall. Before you cross our threshold, perhaps I'd better warn you about something. If you can't stand the sight of blood, you may not want to hear our latest offering, because this... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Before you cross our threshold, perhaps I'd better warn you about something. If you can't stand the sight of blood, you may not want to hear our latest offering, because this is a story all about blood. Blood in its 3 variations of meaning. The blood ties of family loyalty, the blood of violent crime, and just plain human blood. Think you can take it? Very well. Then please come in, pick out a comfortable chair, and try not to be too squeamish. Our mystery drama, Thicker Than Water, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Henry Slessor and stars J. Gregory. It is sponsored in part by Buick Motor Division and Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser. I'll be back shortly with Act 1.
Excuse me, sir, but do you know what happens this time of year?
Right on, pal. I happen to know that right about now a freak blizzard falls on Dumont, New Jersey, and they're snowed in for the rest of the summer. Happens every year.
Nope. You see, what happens this time of year is that you can get a particularly good deal on what is perhaps the most luxurious mid-size car on the market, the mid-size Buick Century Regal.
Well, what good's a car when you're hopelessly snowed in?
Well, that's a point.
Hey, Mom, what's for dinner? Hey, Mom, what you got?
What's for dinner? Your ShopRite supermarket suggests choice beef first cut chuck steaks, just 59 cents a pound this week. Save 2 on smoked ham, shank portion 69 cents a pound, butt portion 79 a pound. For a quick meal, try Swanson's Frozen Hungry Man dinners, just 99 cents each. For dessert, ShopRite's produce department is featuring fresh honeydew melons, 79 cents each. They're great topped with ice cream. There's lots more for a little less at your ShopRite, so stop in soon.
She loves the family. She wants the best. She does all that she can do. She lets ShopRite do the rest. Hey, Ma, what's for dinner? ShopRite has the answer.
listening to what some people think of as jungle noises. But in this case, the jungle is what they think our large metropolitan cities have become. Stalking places for predators who prowl the darkened streets, the foliage of our parks, the isolation booths of our elevators and hallways, looking for victims to satisfy their greed, their hunger, or their simple lust for blood. But the well-dressed man who walks down this particular dark and quiet street in a neighborhood of crumbling tenements and menacing shadows doesn't seem to be aware of lurking danger until danger stops lurking and strikes.
Hold it, mister. What is this? Oh, shut up. Shut up and hand it over. The wallet. Where's the wallet? Here. Give me that. And now, here's something for you. Help me. Somebody help me.
May I come in, boss?
Yes, come on in, Olga.
Thanks. I didn't bring you any flowers, but from the looks of this room, you didn't need any.
I wish somebody would get them out of here. Place looks like a funeral home.
Well, is it all right to ask how you feel?
Go ahead and try.
How do you feel?
Don't ask.
Oh, I knew I'd fall for that old gag. No, seriously, Nick, how are you? You certainly look like your old self.
Yes, I'm my old self, Olga. With something extra. An 8-inch gash in my side.
Oh.
Fortunately, it wasn't very deep. They keep telling me I'll heal nicely. Whatever nicely means.
Oh, you poor man. Why did this have to happen to you?
Why not? People get mugged in nicer parts of town than the place I was at. I guess the police were right.
About what?
They asked me why I was dumb enough to be walking around that neighborhood like a fat cat at 11:30 at night. They say I was just begging for it.
But why were you there?
I told you. I had an appointment with Roy Otis. Talked to him about the Parsons case. I thought I could get him to drop the charges if I went to his home personally and reasoned with him. Funny thing is, I succeeded. I was feeling so pleased with myself that I didn't think about what I was doing.
So you walked right into the arms of the mugger. I don't know what I'm going to do with you, boss. I suppose you've seen the morning paper.
No, I haven't. Story in it?
Of course, the story's in it. And guess what they say?
I can imagine. Legal defender of muggers gets mugged. I'm sure they got a big kick out of that. Headline writers dig irony.
Well, they don't actually call you a defender of muggers, but you are sort of number one in the field, aren't you? Roy Otis, that Wilson boy, the Fredericks case.
I never meant to specialize. And I can tell you one thing. It'll be a long time before I go to court to defend some knife-wielding punk.
I knew you'd feel that way.
Can you blame me?
No, I guess I can't, but that isn't going to satisfy Mr. Bleecker.
Who?
Well, don't you remember all those phone messages I've been giving you for days from Mr. Arnold Bleecker?
Yes, I remember the name. I told you to tell the guy that I'm hardly in any position to take on a new case.
Well, from what you said about your condition, you will be going back to work soon, right?
Yeah, I'll be back at the old desk in a week, I guess.
Well, that's what I told Mr. Bleecker.
Olga, will you please explain that funny look on your face?
It's because Mr. Bleecker wants you to defend his son. He's desperate to have you defend him.
What's his son charged with?
Mugging, of course. What else? Mr. Wedge's office. Oh, yes, Mrs. Hamilton. How are you? No, he's in conference at the moment, but I think I know the answer to your question. The hearing will be held at the municipal court on the 27th. Oh, yes, of course. And Mr. Wedge will be talking to you before then. Yes, I'll tell him. Goodbye.
Good morning.
Oh. Hello, Mr. Bleecker.
I guess you're not so happy to see me, are you, miss?
Well, it's not that, Mr. Bleecker. It's just that... Well, that I've told you it won't do any good. Mr. Wedge simply isn't able to take any more clients at the moment.
Look, I gotta get a lawyer soon. I gotta have a lawyer right now. The judge told me either I get somebody or the court will appoint somebody.
Well, you could do a lot worse than a court-appointed attorney, Mr. Bleecker. Even Mr. Wedge does that sort of thing now and then.
He does?
Yes. Most criminal lawyers do. Well, without fees.
Well, then, let him do it now, for me, for my son. But I'll pay him. I'll pay him anything he wants.
Really, Mr. Bleeker, it isn't a matter of money.
Yeah, I know. You look at me, you see a poor man, but I'll pay. I'll get the money somehow.
Olga, do you still have the file out on the Fredericks?
Mr. Wedge, please. I gotta talk to you. I've been trying to talk to you for days.
Would you be Mr. Bleeker by any chance?
I'm sorry, Nick. I told the man
Please,
that you
let
couldn't...
me say 10 words to you. Have you got the time to hear 10 words from somebody?
All right, Mr. Bleeker, come on in.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
No, I'll stand. I'm too nervous to sit down.
Mr. Bleeker, I can save you some words. I know about your case. I know that your son has been arrested for stabbing that man.
Only he didn't do it. That's the thing. It was somebody else, and they arrested my Benny.
Well, I'm not saying that isn't possible.
I know it's true. My son told me it was true, and I believe him.
Oh, it's fine. That's the way it should be between a father and a son. But if he really is innocent, Mr. Bleeker, the chances are excellent that he'll go free.
No. The chance is rotten. The way things look, there's almost no chance. That's why I need somebody like you. Somebody who got other boys out of trouble.
I'm not a mastermind, Mr. Bleeker.
Yeah, but you got them all off, all those other boys. I heard about you. I asked around. I talked to all kinds of lawyers, and they all said, you get Nick Wedge. Nick Wedge will get your boy off.
Well, as I said, if he's really innocent, any decent attorney...
I'll pay you what you want, anything. Just get my little boy out of that place.
He's not too little, is he? 18?
He looked me straight in the face and said, Pop, I didn't do it. I didn't knife that man. You believe me, Pop? He said, I'm swearing it. On Mother's grave.
Mr. Bleeker, I'm really sorry. My schedule is full, and I was hoping to get away for a vacation at the end of the month. You see, I had a little accident myself recently.
Papers made it sound so bad. They said there are witnesses. They say people saw Benny with the knife in his hand. How could they say that? People, strangers, why would they say that about my boy?
Mr. Bleeker.
I don't say he's an angel. He runs around, he fights. Boy without a mother, it's a wild boy sometimes. Now what can I do? I got a 24-hour business. I drive a fuel truck. I'll sell it, Mr. Wedge. You can have whatever I get for the truck.
Mr. Bleeker, listen to me. After you started coming here, I looked into the case as much as I could. I can tell you this much. It's not going to be easy to prove innocence. Maybe impossible. But it is a first offense. And with a charge of armed robbery, well, the court might be lenient.
So you looked into the case, huh? You didn't look far enough, Mr. Wedge. You didn't keep up.
What do you mean?
The man who was stabbed, he died last night.
Who are you? I'm your lawyer, Benny. Maybe.
You the lawyer my father told me about? One who gets everybody off?
If that's what he's told you, he's wrong. Sit down, Benny. We have things to talk about.
When can I get out of here? They told me I'd get out as soon as I got a lawyer.
Whoever told you that was wrong, too.
What about bail? My father says he can raise bail for me.
Bail's been refused.
What?
You heard me. Now, this is a capital offense. The victim is dead. The charge is now homicide. The court has refused bail.
You mean I gotta stay in this crummy place?
Until the trial, yes.
When's that?
Don't rush it. We need every minute of delay we can get. I don't think this is going to be easy.
Why shouldn't it be? I didn't stick that guy. I didn't have nothing to do with it.
You admitted to the police that you were there when Kenneth Archer was stabbed?
Sure I was there. I was hanging around with some guys.
You were hanging around with a street gang called the Silver Stars.
It's not a gang. It's like a club. We got a basketball squad and everything.
Yay, team.
We were all just walking down the street when this guy Archer came right in the middle of us. Now, maybe one of the guys stuck him. How should I know?
Benny, why do you carry a knife?
It's only a Boy Scout knife. They sell them all over. I use it for carving things, like, you know.
Carving what? Totem poles?
Hey, whose side are you on?
All right, sit down. Let's go over facts the way the cops have them down. Anytime I say something that isn't true, you interrupt me, all right?
Yeah.
It was 10 minutes to midnight on October 9th. You and 4 other guys, all members of the Silver Stars, were walking down Thurman Street. Kenneth Archer was rounding the corner and bumped into you. Somebody shoved him. And somebody called him a wino. And then there was a scuffle. Archer fell to the ground, and everybody started running. Everybody but you. You waited behind and bent over the guy.
I wanted to see if he was okay.
Shut up. I don't want explanations. Just stop me when I say something that isn't factual. Now, you bent over Archer, and then you ran off. By now, there were a couple of witnesses. Both of them say they saw you with a knife in your hand. When they reached Archer's side, he'd been stabbed in the chest. His wallet was gone.
Okay. So somebody stuck him. Why does it have to be me?
Half an hour later, the cops caught up with you in your father's fuel supply office on Chester Street. A knife was still in your pocket.
Well, it wasn't me.
Are you saying it was one of your pals?
No. I don't even remember who they were.
You mean you don't give their names? That's against the code, isn't it?
It's a big club. This Silver Star's got maybe 50, 60 guys in it. I don't know them all.
You're not helping yourself, Benny. And you're not helping me.
But what do you want me to say? I didn't kill that guy. That's all I know.
The police have the knife. It's Exhibit A. They have the knife, they have the witnesses, and they have you. Now, what have I got?
You're the lawyer. You tell me.
All right, Benny, I'll tell you. I want you to cop a plea.
Huh?
I want you to plead guilty.
You crazy?
It's the only thing that makes any sense. You put this case to a jury, you'll spend the rest of your life in a cage. Plead guilty and you'll get a break.
I won't do it. I'm innocent. I'm not going to jail for something I didn't do.
I'm talking sense to you, Benny.
But I didn't do it. I swear it.
I'm only trying to help you, son.
I'm not your son. I got a father.
No, Mr. Wedge, don't say that. You can't give up. You've got to help my boy.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to do.
I know how you feel about kids like Benny. I know what happened to you.
Well, that has nothing to do with it. If your son won't take my advice...
But if he takes your advice, if he pleads guilty to second-degree murder, he'll go to jail for sure, right?
Yes, he'll go to jail.
For something he didn't do.
Mr. Bleeker, I know you're his father, but that doesn't give you the right to ignore the facts. Look, a father's faith is a wonderful thing, but it's not a defense.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. I better go.
Mr. Bleeker.
Yeah?
All right. It's the dumbest decision I ever made, but we'll plead not guilty and then wait for a miracle.
Well, it looks like Mr. Nicholas Wedge stands a fair chance of going into court with a losing case. They say that preparation is 9/10 of the battle for an attorney. But how does one prepare for a miracle? We'll find out shortly when I return with Act 2.
At Suburban Savings in northern New Jersey, you're always the tops. So to help you reach the top, Suburban is offering you a top 7.90% effective annual yield on their 7.50% savings certificates. And Suburban guarantees it from 4 to 10 years. Just a $2,500 minimum is all you need to get your savings straight to the top. Federal regulations allow premature withdrawals on savings certificates, provided prescribed federal penalties are adhered to. Of course, Suburban also has other ways to top off your day with a wide selection of other savings plans to choose from. Your savings will always come out on top because we offer you the highest interest rates allowed by law. Come into any Suburban Savings office conveniently located in Bayonne, Edgewater, Elmwood Park, Emerson, Hackettstown, Morris Plains, Nutley, Paramus, Sparta, and Wayne, and choose the right savings plan for you.
This is WOR New York, your Mystery Theater station.
Here we are in the Criminal Courts building downtown. And from the looks of the crowd, the case of the People versus Benjamin Bleeker has attracted more than usual interest. But it's not Benny Bleeker they've come to see. Benny is just another young ruffian charged with just another street crime. But the star of the occasion is the lawyer who will be defending him. And the point of curiosity is, how will Nick Wedge succeed in saving his client in the face of some highly damning testimony?
Mr. Dankers, you reside at number 8 Thurman Street?
Yes, sir.
Have you lived there long?
About 10 years.
Please describe the events that you personally witnessed on the night of October 9th.
Well, I was sitting on the stoop getting a breath, and these kids come up the street. They was all wearing purple jackets. I didn't pay no attention on account of you see kids like that all the time, you know? They were marching like in a straight line, taking up the whole street, you know? And then this man comes around the corner.
The man being Kenneth Archer?
I didn't know the name at the time. He was just a man coming around the corner. And he bumps into this line of kids.
Was there a scuffle then?
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of pushing and shoving, all right. I mean, these were the kind of kids who thought they owned the whole street, you know?
Objection, Your Honor. Sustained. Just describe what occurred, Mr. Dankers.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, they all started pushing and shoving this man around, just because he bumped into them. And then the next thing I know, he was on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Had he been hurt, in your opinion, or just knocked to the ground?
Well, I couldn't tell, you know. I mean, he was kind of on his hands and knees like.
And what happened to the young men who knocked him down?
Well, they all ran off, you know. I mean, kind of laughing and yelling stuff.
All of them?
Yeah. All 5 of them run off. Only then one of them turns back all of a sudden and goes up to the guy. I saw him bend over him.
Did he speak to the man?
I don't know. I don't think so. I saw him reach down. I guess that's when he stabbed him.
Objection. Sustained. Please don't volunteer information, Mr. Dankers. Just answer the attorney's question.
All right, Mr. Dankers. What happened then?
Well, then he ran off, just like the rest of them. But that's when I saw the knife in his hand.
You actually saw the weapon?
I sure did.
But you didn't know that the knife had actually been used until you went up to Kenneth Archer.
Objection, Your Honor. The assumption that the wound was caused by the weapon that this witness presumably saw is unwarranted.
All right, I'll be happy to amend my statement, Your Honor, that Mr. Dankers didn't know that a knife had actually been used until he went up to the fallen man.
Will that satisfy your objection, Mr. Wedge? Yes, sir.
Go on, Mr. Dankers. You say you ran up to the man to see how badly he was hurt.
That's right, and by the time I got there, I saw all this blood on the ground.
Mr. Dankers, how far away were you when all this happened?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 feet.
You got a good look at the people involved in this incident?
Well, I don't remember what the kids looked like, the ones who ran away, but the one who came back, the one who did this... Well, you know what I mean. Him I saw clear as anything. And the knife in his hand.
Do you see the man in the courtroom right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do. That's him over there.
All right, no further questions.
Counsel for the defense may cross-examine. Mr. Dankers, do you always wear glasses?
That's right.
Actually, even with correction, your vision isn't very keen, is it?
I'm 67, mister. Wait till you're my age.
It was almost midnight on a street which is lighted by a street lamp actually 30 yards from your building. Is that right?
I never measured it.
Well, I have. And you can take my word for it. The lamp is a good 30 yards from the scene of the crime. Yet you saw a small jackknife. This knife. Exhibit A. Look at it, Mr. Dankers.
Yes, I saw it.
It's not a very large knife, is it?
But I saw it just the same. It was sort of flashing in the light, you know? To tell you the truth, I might not have noticed it at all if it wasn't for one thing.
What's that?
Mrs. Dankers, my wife. She was sitting right next to me, and she said, "Look, Saul, that boy's got a knife."
All right, Benny. Let me get this straight. You claim that you don't remember the names of the other boys who were with you that night.
That's right, Mr. Wickers.
Even though they were members of your own gang. Pardon me, your own social club.
I just met him. I mean, look, see, we all came out of this movie together. I mean, I didn't even talk to him.
Mm-hmm, I see. Benny, you do carry a knife, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, yes, sir. But, just a Boy Scout knife. Not a switchblade or anything like that.
In fact, you were carrying this knife on the night of October the 9th.
Well, yeah, I always carry it.
In fact, it was still in your pocket that night when the police picked you up.
Yes, sir.
By the way, son, were you a Boy Scout?
Who, me? No.
Uh-huh. No further questions, Your Honor.
Nick, would you like a coffee now?
Oh, yeah, Olga, bring it in. If you have some whiskey, bring that in, too. In fact, forget the coffee if you got whiskey.
Oh, sorry, boss, but it has to be coffee.
All right, thanks.
Nick, it's not going so well, is it?
Well, that's the understatement of the year.
Do you think you made a mistake putting the boy on the stand?
Well, I didn't know what else to do. I don't have any rebuttal witnesses. I don't have anyone to get up there and say that Benny Bleeker didn't have that knife in his hand. That he didn't kill Kenneth Archer. I figured the kid's own sincerity had to be my witness.
Well, do you really think he came off sincere?
What do you think?
Me? Oh, I just sharpened the pencil to make the coffee, and judging from your expression, not very well.
Well, it's not the coffee. It's me. I've got a bad taste in my mouth. It's called premonition of disaster.
You're going to lose, aren't you?
As far as I know, there's only one person in the whole world convinced of that kid's innocence. Unfortunately, that person is his father.
Too bad you can't get him on the stand.
He won't make a convincing character witness. Although he did a good job on me, didn't he? If it hadn't been for that guy, I'd never have taken this case.
Nick, do you know something? You don't look well.
Losers never look well.
When this is over, you ought to see your doctor again. Maybe that knife wound is acting up.
A head shrinker, that's what I ought to see.
No, I mean a doctor.
You know something? It's a thought. Maybe I ought to see Doc Haggerty.
Who's he?
Well, you remember Haggerty on the Hofstra case, 1969?
Oh, well, he's not the kind of doctor I mean. He's a sort of biochemist, isn't he?
That's right. He's got an office at Dugan Hospital. Olga, I'm going out. If anybody wants me, I'll be back around 4.
You mean you're going to see him now?
Yes. To find out if he's got any good medicine.
I don't understand you, Nick. You say the police have already examined the boy's knife for bloodstains using the standard benzodine test.
That's right. It didn't show any. But that didn't mean anything. They claimed that naturally Benny would wipe the knife clean.
Well, that stands to reason.
But you told me once that there was a more sensitive test for bloodstains, remember?
Yes, there's another test. It's called the reduced phenolphthalein test. It's far more sensitive, in my opinion, but it's not universally accepted. Why do you ask?
Doc, I want to make that test.
Well, all right. Get me the boy's knife.
I can't do that. It's court property. Exhibit A for the prosecution. But could you demonstrate the test for me with another knife? One just like it.
I suppose so.
If you have one like it.
I do, right here. I picked this up on the way over. It's identical to the knife Benjamin Bleecker carried. Pretty cheap, too. $1.98.
Well, the cheaper the better.
Why do you say that?
I'll show you. First, I'll mix up some of the reduced phenolphthalein solution. Then, when it's done, we'll dip the knife blade into some whole blood, wipe off every trace, and dip it into the solution.
And even after it's wiped, a stain might appear?
Well, that's what I meant by a cheap knife being better. In a cheap knife, the blade is porous, so it retains microscopic quantities of blood. Even after it's wiped off. Well, let's see what happens, huh? All right, Nick. You ready for the test?
Ready when you are, CB.
Okay. Now, first, we'll dip the blade into the whole blood.
Where do you get that stuff? From vampires?
All right, then we'll wipe it absolutely clean. There. Does that look clean to you?
Like a whistle?
Okay. Now, we'll place it in the solution and watch carefully.
Hey, stuff's changing color, turning pink.
Well, you see what I mean? What appeared to be a perfectly clean blade isn't clean at all. The blood tells a story.
That's really amazing, Doc.
In fact, the bloodstains might have been there years ago, and this test would still show them up.
So if I took the kid's knife, put it into the solution, and it turned pink...
You'd be one lousy lawyer, Nick. You'd be sending your client to prison.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe unfairly, too, because, you see, the test doesn't prove whose blood is on the knife. Even if your client just cut his own finger once, it'd work just the same. He'll look just as guilty.
All right. That's something I can straighten out with him. Right now. Hello, Benny.
Hi, Mr. Wedge.
Benny, I want you to listen to me very carefully. I've got something important to ask you. I've got an idea that may save your skin, but I have to know something. And it's got to be the truth.
What is it?
There's a test, Benny. A test that can determine whether or not there was ever blood in that knife of yours. Ever. Understand?
Yeah. So what?
Well, I intend to make that test in court tomorrow. If it's negative, the jury will know that you didn't kill Kenneth Archer.
Oh, I don't understand that kind of stuff.
I'm not asking you to understand. If you stab that man, a jug full of chemical is going to turn pink, and you can kiss your freedom goodbye. But there's something else. If you ever cut anybody with that knife, even yourself, that chemical will turn pink. So I want you to tell me now, was there ever blood on that knife?
Hey, you're trying to trick me?
Answer the question.
I told you I didn't cut that guy.
Benny.
No, it was brand new. I never cut nothing with it.
Are you sure? Absolutely sure. Not even your own finger?
No!
You can fool me, kid, but you can't fool a test tube.
I'm telling you the truth.
All right, Benny. We'll see how true it is. We'll give that knife a bath tomorrow. And God help us both if you lied to me.
Well, it looks like Nicholas Wedge is facing a real test in that courtroom tomorrow. He'll be putting his own convictions on the line in order to avoid conviction for his client. Personally, I plan to attend that court session, and you will too, simply by staying right where you are until I return shortly with Act 3.
When you say Budweiser, when you say Bud, you say a lot of things nobody else can say.
When you say Bud, you've gone as far as you can go to get the very best.
When you say Budweiser, you tell the world you know
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
This is Marty Glickman with this week's Jets Biz. This Sunday afternoon, the New York Jets play the Chicago Bears. Won't you join me and Jet star Dave Herman for all the live Jet action from Soldiers Field in Chicago at 1:35. That's 1:35 for the Jets-Bear game this Sunday afternoon right here over WOR Radio, flagship station of the Jets Network.
Once again, the trial of Benjamin Bleecker is a well-attended affair. But the spectators have no idea that they're about to witness a dramatic experiment in which chemical science will be matched against eyewitness testimony. But let's quiet the courtroom now because the judge has something to say.
Mr. Wickers, is the prosecution prepared to make its summary?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wedge? Your Honor, something has occurred which I consider of paramount importance to this case. I ask the court's permission to introduce new evidence for the defense.
Objection. The defense has had sufficient time for the introduction of evidence. I suggest this is a delaying tactic.
What sort of evidence, Mr. Wedge? It's a demonstration, Your Honor. A demonstration which will, in my opinion, clearly establish my client's innocence. Or, for that matter, his guilt.
Your Honor, if Mr. Wedge would like a postponement...
I don't want a postponement. I want to make this demonstration now. If I may be permitted to describe it to the court. Mr. Wickers, if the prosecution has no objection.
All right, very well, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Wickers. If I may come forward, Your Honor. What is it you have there, Mr. Wedge? This box, Your Honor, contains a beaker with a chemical solution formulated for the detection of blood stains. One moment, Mr. Wedge. Are you introducing expert testimony? Please, indulge me, Your Honor. Just let me explain what it's all about. Very well. If I may have Exhibit A. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen this exhibit many times in the course of this trial. The knife which presumably killed Kenneth Archer. The knife which was in the possession of Benjamin Bleecker on the night of the slaying. Now, when someone is killed with a knife, what happens to that weapon? Invariably, it becomes covered with blood. And yet, during this entire trial, not one mention has been made of that word. Well, I mention it now. Blood. Look carefully at this weapon. I'm sure you all know that it has never left the court's possession since my client was arrested. Now look at this blade. See how clean and shiny it is? That's not surprising. The knife is new, purchased only a few weeks ago. But what may surprise you is that this clean, shiny blade can still tell a story of guilt or innocence. For as every chemist knows, there is a virtually infallible test which can determine whether an object of such porous metal has ever touched even one drop of blood. Your Honor, I intend to prove once and for all whether I have been defending a young man falsely accused or a lying murderer. I intend to dip the blade of this knife in a solution of reduced phenolphthalein, the most sensitive of all blood detection chemicals.
One moment, Mr. Wedge.
Yes, Mr. Wickers.
You say that this beaker contains what?
Well, I'll try to pronounce it a second time, Mr. Wickers, although the first was tough enough. Reduced phenolphthalein.
And how can we be certain that it contains this solution? Could be lemonade, as far as we know.
I have a statement here from Dr. Harold Haggerty of the Dugan Hospital, testifying as to the contents.
One moment, please. If you plan to produce expert testimony, why isn't that expert here to testify?
I don't plan to call a witness, Mr. Wickers. I plan only to make this test.
But you are aware that the accepted blood test in this county is the benzidine test, which is...
If the prosecution will allow me to conclude my statement...
Mr. Wedge, do you presume to be a greater expert in forensic chemistry than the county police laboratory?
I'm not presuming anything. I'm telling you that if the knife blade turns this solution pink, it will prove beyond a doubt that there was blood on Benjamin Bleeker's knife. But if it remains clear...
Your Honor, objection.
State your objection, Counselor.
This is the most ridiculous and flamboyant thing I've ever seen in the courtroom. The police laboratory has already made the standard test of the weapon and found no bloodstains on the knife. It was wiped clean.
But, Your Honor, the sensitivity of this test
At no time during this trial has the prosecution denied that absence of bloodstains. Mr. Wedge is planning to demonstrate something we already know, using a test which is not accepted as standard laboratory procedure. I suggest that this so-called demonstration is pure theatrics, intended to mislead and confuse the jury.
Mr. Wedge, the court must agree with the prosecution. You are not a qualified expert in forensic chemistry. Mere corroboration of the police laboratory report is gratuitous evidence which must be considered inadmissible.
But my client was willing to have me make the test. Don't you see? He knew the chance he was taking.
I'm sorry, the demonstration is improper. The objection is sustained.
But, Your Honor...
Sustained, Mr. Wedge. You cannot make the test.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I believe that Benjamin Bleecker is innocent. I believe this because of a test which I was not permitted to make. This boy knew that the results of this test might have condemned him to life in prison. And yet, Benjamin Bleecker told me to proceed. What could be more obvious? That no guilty person would have done so.
Will the foreman of the jury please rise? Has the jury reached its verdict in this case?
We have, Your Honor.
How do you find the defendant, Benjamin Bleecker? Guilty or not guilty?
We find the defendant not guilty.
Bless you, Mr. Wedge. God bless you for what you did out there.
Yeah. You really did a job on him, Mr. Wedge. Gee, thanks a lot.
I didn't ask you in here to congratulate me. I had another reason.
I know we should talk about the fee.
No, Mr. Bleecker. It's not my fee I'm worrying about. It's my conscience.
Your conscience? Why?
Because of what I just did.
Yeah, but you saved my boy.
Yes, I know. But in order to do that, I had to resort to exactly what the prosecuting attorney called pure theatrics.
What? I don't understand.
I didn't want to make that test. Do you understand? I didn't want to make it. Didn't even plan on making it. I would have had to, I suppose, if there was no objection. But that was the chance I took.
Now, wait a minute. You didn't want to?
If the stuff in this beaker had turned pink, it would have been all over for your son. I was counting on the prosecution objecting. I wanted their objections because I thought the jury would be impressed simply by the fact that we were volunteering this experiment.
Yeah, but if you had made the test, it would have been all right, too.
How do you know?
Well, because it would have been. Because what my son said was true.
Well, there's only one way we can really know that, isn't there? You see this, Mr. Bleecker?
Hey, that's my knife.
That's right. Exhibit A.
What are you going to do?
We're going to make the test that judge wouldn't allow. We're going to make it privately. Just for us.
But why? What does it matter now?
It matters to me. That's why. Hand me that knife, please.
The knife?
Give it to me. Don't you want to know the truth, too?
The truth.
Pop, for the love of... Pop, what are you doing? Bleecker, what are you doing with that knife?
I'm cutting myself with it, Mr. Wedge. Cutting my hand with it.
Pop, are you crazy?
Here, Mr. Wedge. Here's your knife. Make your test now.
Well, that's what I would call a bloody good demonstration of fatherly affection. Maybe Nicholas Wedge will never know whether his client was guilty or innocent, but he'll never forget that he's seen vivid proof that blood is, indeed, thicker than water. I'll be back shortly.
Pardon me, miss. Can you tell me what happens this time of year?
Rhubarb reaches its peak.
Nope.
Muskmelon reaches its peak?
No.
Does it in any way involve something reaching its peak?
No, not really.
Oh.
What happens this time of year is that you can get a really outstanding deal on Buick's small but surprisingly elegant Apollo. And with what's happening to prices, you may never have a better chance to buy a Buick, huh?
Hey, I know what happens.
Yeah?
The buzzards come back to Hinckley Ridge, Ohio.
Oh. I hadn't thought of that.
Our cast included Jay Gregory, Robert Dryden, Bob Caliban, Grace Matthews, and Ira Lewis. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, Brewers of Budweiser, and Buick Motor Division. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
The WR Mystery Theater has been brought to you by ShopRite Supermarkets, where you get a lot more for a little less. By Suburban Savings, with offices throughout North Jersey. And by Dubonnet, a wine to go before your meal made to make what comes after better. The preceding Mystery Theater program is furnished by the CBS Radio Network.
In the Mutual Broadcasting System studios in Washington, D.C. Now, my commentary. Congressional liberals, most of whom had been admirers of the leftist regime of former President Salvador Allende in Chile, were today bitterly angry in the wake of admissions by President Ford during his press conference last night that there may have been some anti-Allende activity on the part of the CIA in that South American country. The very heavily liberal Senate Foreign Relations Committee today ordered further staff investigation of the reports of U.S. involvement in the political affairs of Chile, and also investigate allegations of deception by Secretary of State Henry Kissinger and other officials regarding that involvement. Arkansas Democrat Senator J. William Fulbright, the chairman of the committee, said that his panel will decide within a week or 10 days whether to reopen hearings on CIA intervention against the government of former President Salvador Allende. The Marxist leader was deposed and killed in a military coup in September of 1973. President Ford, last night at his news conference, said that the United States had no involvement in that coup, but it did undertake some covert action to support news media and political parties that were opposing Allende. And President Ford last night defended those actions on the part of the CIA. Chairman Fulbright said the committee members were outraged by the leak of a confidential memo recommending perjury and contempt investigations against former CIA Director Richard Helms and State Department officials on the basis of prior testimony before congressional committees. That memo was prepared by Jerome Levinson, the counsel of the Foreign Relations Subcommittee on Multinational Corporations, headed by Idaho Democrat Senator Frank Church. Fulbright said the memo was intended to be a working paper and did not represent any committee members' conclusions. Senator Church said that the Levinson memo was set aside by the full committee in a closed meeting this morning in favor of an investigation by the full committee staff under the direction of the panel's chief counsel, Pat Holt. Commenting before the meeting, Church said our policy in Chile was unsavory and unprincipled. He added, it cannot possibly be justified unless we've taken the view that our methods and objectives in the world are the same as those of the Soviet Union. Arkansas Democrat J. William Fulbright said, I don't approve of our intervention in other people's elections, but it has been a long and continued practice. The senator spoke to reporters before the closed meeting of the Foreign Relations Committee. It will be discussing further the staff memorandum recommending perjury and contempt investigations against several present and former government officials regarding their prior testimony on the U.S. involvement in Chilean politics from 1969 to 1973. President Ford now has before him a proposal to reorganize the National Security Council and strip Secretary of State Kissinger of his White House role as Assistant for National Security Affairs. The president's reaction to the recommendation, which has been drafted by his transition team, is not yet known, but it is understood that no firm decisions have yet been made. The aim would be to revitalize the National Security Council as a broader-based presidential advisory body in the area of foreign policy and national security. State House sources indicate that they were neither surprised nor disturbed by the proposal. Some expressed the view that the National Security Council had been going downhill since Kissinger moved from the White House to the State Department a year ago. When he made that move, he took many top Security Council people with him. For more than 5 years, Kissinger has dominated the council as its operating head in his role as presidential assistant. Ford is chairman of the top-level panel today. When Kissinger became Secretary of State, former President Nixon kept him on as chief of the National Security Council staff. In fact, the Secretary of State has retained a spacious White House office, which he uses often in connection with National Security Council work. Within the government, some believe the National Security Council under Kissinger's domination has become, in effect, an arm of the State Department. Those who criticize the present setup express fears that it may deprive the president of advice from some other quarters. President Ford and outgoing White House Chief of Staff Alexander Haig were today denying published reports that Haig had persuaded the president to change his public position and to grant the pardon to former President Nixon. When asked about a New York Times article quoting an unidentified source as saying that Haig was primarily responsible for the Nixon pardon, Haig today said, "It's all wrong, it's just not true." The Times said that Haig warned Ford that unless he moved quickly in granting an unconditional pardon, it might be too late to avert what was termed a possible personal and national tragedy of Nixon's complete physical and mental collapse. Acting White House Press Secretary John Hushen said today that he asked President Ford about that report, and he today quoted the president as saying, "Al Haig never discussed with me the mental or physical condition of former President Nixon prior to my decision to grant the pardon." Haig has been White House Chief of Staff since former President Nixon persuaded him to replace Watergate casualty H.R. Haldeman in the spring of 1973. Yesterday, President Ford announced that he was recalling the four-star general to active military duty and appointing him as the U.S. commander and supreme Allied commander in Europe. Haig's denial of a role in the Nixon pardon came when newsmen approached him just prior to the start of a cabinet meeting today. It was followed several hours later by a detailed denial offered by Hushen at the daily White House news briefing. Both Hushen and Haig said the presidential aide had had no contact with any member of the Nixon family or with any of the former president's friends. When asked whether Haig had urged Ford to grant the pardon, as the New York Times contended, Hushen said no. Al Haig's role is described to me as basically neutral. He was certainly in favor of the pardon, but he did not lobby for it. West Virginia Democrat Senator Robert Byrd said today that he fears President Ford has made another mistake in his offer of clemency to draft dodgers and war deserters in the Vietnam conflict. Senator Byrd said that the president short-circuited the established legal processes in granting a pardon to former President Nixon and in now doing the same thing with his amnesty proposal. The Democrat whip said in a floor speech, "The evaders and deserters made their choice. They acted of their own volition. They knew what they were doing. If they choose now to say they were wrong and they are prepared to accept the normal consequences of their actions, that is one thing. But 24 months of so-called alternate service in a civilian hospital or elsewhere, in my judgment, is in no way to be equated with the hardships which 2.5 million young Americans gallantly endured in Vietnam." Senator Byrd said he also opposes the proposal because of what he termed the inestimable damage it does to the morale of the thousands who served and to the families of those who did not come back, and the threat that it poses to the proper operation of the selective service system and any future national emergency. Virginia Senator Harry F. Byrd, Jr. endorsed the comments of the West Virginia senator. Senator Harry Byrd added, "Those who deserted their units, those who refused to serve the country in time of war, should not be given slap on the wrist for perhaps a few months and a comparatively easy job, just to make up for their refusal to serve the nation when they were called upon to do so. Senate and House conferees agreed tentatively today on public financing for presidential election campaigns, but not for Senate and House races. Unexpectedly quick agreement also was reached on spending and contribution limits at a first meeting to reconcile differences between Senate and House campaign financing bills. Ohio Democrat Representative Wayne Hayes, the chairman of the House conferees, said that he expects a final compromise draft to be completed before the end of this week. He said that although no formal vote had been taken, the general consensus was that there would be no use of tax funds to finance campaigns of candidates for the Senate and the House of Representatives, either in general or in primary elections. Public financing of congressional campaigns had been provided for in the Senate-passed bill, but it was not provided for in the House version. Representative Hayes said that public financing for presidential campaigns would be in accord with the terms of the House bill. This provides for $20 billion in tax funds for each major party candidate for his general election campaign. Presidential candidates seeking their party's nomination would be eligible for up to $5 million in federal funds under certain conditions. Hayes said that the conferees had accepted the House limits of $1,000 on individual contributions and of $5,000 on contributions by various organizations. This amount may be given for each race. Both bills restrict total political contributions by an individual in any 1 year to $25,000 to all candidates for federal offices. The conferees were reported to have accepted the Senate limitations on a candidate's spending of his own money in his campaigns. These are $50,000 for presidential candidates, $35,000 for senatorial candidates, and $25,000 for House candidates. As for spending limits on congressional candidates, Hayes said that the conferees accepted the House figures for the candidates for the House of Representatives and the Senate figure for candidates for Senate. For House candidates, the limit would be $60,000 in both their primary and general election campaigns, exclusive of an additional 25% for fundraising costs. Candidates for the Senate could spend on their primary